We are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. We got a whole lot going on all over the internet, all over mainstream media, social media, everywhere, and I'm not sure where to start. First of all, Marjorie Greene storms out of an interview just like Katie Porter, not Katie Miller, as I erroneously said on my video, but Katie Porter, the lady from California running for governor. Is she still running? I've not seen her since that kerfuffle, but we'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, the Somali scammers are out of control out there in Minneapolis specifically. Maybe they're out of control in other places as well, but Minneapolis, they are a mess. Minnesota as a whole is number one in the USA for welfare recipients. I wonder why. Maybe because 82 or 81, as the National Review said, 81% of Somali households are on some form of welfare in Minnesota. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, we got the craziest football coach ever. This guy then got fired from his job, making $30 million in his contract. I think it was about, 5.5 mil a year. He was owed, I think, 16 or so million on the low end on his contract. But because he could not adhere to the clause in his contract about not fraternizing with the staff, but because he got locked up for breaking the girl's door down after he got fired, now he's finished. We'll talk about all those things and a whole lot more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And thank y'all again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Now, I see we got a controversial video. And you know what? To be totally honest, I had totally forgotten about me even saying that on my live stream. I still feel the same way I feel because I've said it many times before. But I think that video needed to come out about Candace and Erica and all of that. I don't even really like that story. And listen, that will be the last video I make about any of that. I've not made any about it, and that'll be the first and only one that I make. I said what I said. The leadership in this country needs to go back in the hands of men. It is what it is. I'm going to just say that. And I think that when you have leaders in companies, they cannot be off limits. If you're the executive, you're the CEO, your job is to field the tough questions, to answer questions. And if you're not able to do that, then maybe you shouldn't be in that role, which is why I'm not really a big fan of women in leadership roles. Shout out to all the women that watch, but a lot of you guys feel the same way that I feel. I think that men are good at certain things and women are good at certain things, but we're not always good at the same things as each other. There's some things that men are weak in, and there's some things women are weak in, and it's okay because we're all human beings and we are not without flaw. That's just humanity. It is what it is. If you want to blame anybody, blame the big man upstairs for creating us in his own image, which was a flawed person. Well, we could talk about if he was flawed or not. I don't want to get too preachy right now. This ain't Pastor ABL talking at you. This is just regular old ABL. And it's not Uncle ABL either talking at you. If you want to see more about that particular story, the football coach, all that kind of stuff, I'll link to that on Uncle ABL. You can check it out right now. The video's doing pretty well. But that's a whole crazy story in itself. But as far as Candace and Erica, I'm through with that story. The leadership needs to be where it is. It needs to be with the men. And I don't think that Erica should be the leader. People got offended because of the whole back to the kitchen comment. I mean, we got to stop being so soft too. We got to stop being so triggered. And I think one thing about videos like that, one thing about videos from Candace and Erica and Matt Walsh and Steven Crowder, all these people, it just kind of feeds. So someone's going to say, ABL, make her stop, make a video making her stop. So what'll happen is somebody make a video about Candace, please stop. Candace goes back at them. Then they go back at them. Now it's a new branch of back and forth. Okay, Candace right now got this back and forth, this back and forth, this back and forth. You put your video out there. Okay, one more branch of back and forth. And you just compounding the problem if you think it's a problem. If you think Candace talking is a problem and you do a video about her, all you're doing is contributing to the problem that you said it exists. So it is what it is. I think I'm done with that topic. No more videos on that. Okay, you're not gonna see me with a video at 2 p.m. Eastern time on a Tuesday talking about Candace this and Erica that. No, I'm good. Y'all got it. Like I said in my video, I'll let y'all squabble about it. Y'all can squabble about all the idiosyncrasies of every video. You can squabble about the French government. You can squabble about the Jews. You can squabble about whatever you want to squabble about. I'm good. I'm going to just sit back and watch. And when the smoke clears, we'll see what's what. But until then, ain't no sense in me trying to like be in the eye of the storm. If you got a hurricane over your head, you're going to go outside and be like, oh, look at the damage. Well, the damage ain't being done yet. You just outside waiting to get swept up. So go back inside where it's safe, stay in the house, and then when the storm passes, go outside and assess the damage, but not during the storm itself. To me, that makes no sense. That's not really a logical way of thinking. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all. Topper says, been purposely avoiding the story. Same. Same. And I'm going to continue to do that. People asking me about individual events. I don't know. Talking about what do you think about her opinion about the government assassination? I don't know what you're talking about for real. I see little things, but I don't know nothing about it. So I'm going to just keep it like that. You know, that's kind of how it is. So, I mean, look, Samantha, you could be upset about the kitchen remark, and that's fine, but I don't even really care for real. I said what I said. Okay, I don't want nobody to be offended, but if you are, what am I going to do? You know, it is what it is. All right, we could just, you know, like I said, man, I'm going to just move on away from that. The coach story, my man, like I said, that story I've gotten deeper into on Oka ABL, so y'all go ahead and subscribe to that if you have not. But man, you got to be the dumbest person on planet Earth to do something like that. In your contract, it says you could not fraternize with the staff. What did you do? Not only did you fraternize with the staff, this was like your sugar baby, and you're using funds from the state and the Fed. Because understand, if you are the head coach of Michigan football, you're the head football coach of Michigan, you are funded by the state and the federal government. You are funded by the state and the federal government, both directly and indirectly. You're funded, the school receives funding from the state of Michigan and the federal government, and the students go there on these federally guaranteed loans. You're funded by the government. So when you take government money and give that to your girlfriend who you shouldn't have on the staff per your contract, you are barking up the wrong tree, bro. You're barking up the wrong tree. You had a plan B delivered to your actual office on campus. You're in Instagram girls' DMs with your official U of M account. It was like, bro, I mean, that's like if Bill Clinton, well, you see what Bill Clinton did, and you see how that has not left him. Listen, the whole Bill Clinton, Monica situation was how long ago now? It's been at least, 30 years at this point? Right around that, I would say, because he got it in 1994. So at least 25 to 30 years has been since that happened, but yet that's still a fresh memory in the minds of Americans because it was so big. You can't do stuff like that if you're going to be the leader. If you're a head football coach, you got to adhere to certain standards of leadership. If you're the president, you got to adhere to certain standards of leadership. With Trump, they talk about he's not presidential. He's not a leader because he said some bad things. But what he didn't do was have an intern in the Oval Office. What he didn't do was get a plan B delivered to the White House. Hey, can you imagine? Can you imagine if President Trump, or anybody in the government for that matter, can you imagine if they got caught delivering a plan B to their actual office? Can you imagine Trump? If Trump did something like that, that'd be crazy. They trying to get Trump with Epstein with these old pictures, fake pictures, don't mean nothing. Ain't no minors or nothing in them. But anyway, can you imagine what the fallout would be? When you are in leadership roles, you got to take all that into consideration. And this right here, let me just show my man before I even get into it. This stuff like this is the coach that got fired and got locked up. And here is the girlfriend. You out there on the field with her, bro. People see you. Like, I can actually see you with my own two eyes right now. And if I was there when the picture was taken, I'd be able to see you very clearly. It's a bright, sunny day. Okay. I can see your face. I can see her face. People are going to ask the question, is that his wife? Why are they out there? What are they talking about? And they've seen y'all together before. Everybody can see what's happening. They could put two and two together. You're giving them cause to fire you. And they probably wanted to fire you anyway. But The thing about college sports, they got to fire you. Well, in this case, at least, they got to fire you with cause to withhold that money and that money. They cannot keep that money from you if they don't have cause. You could go to the court and fight it. But since they have cause, $16 million you lost, just like Shannon Sharp. Bro, leadership is very important. And I think that you got to have the right people in leadership and or the right person to lead the ship. I don't think this guy, Sharon Moore, was a great leader. He's soft. He needed a mommy figure to be by his side all the time when his wife wasn't there. You soft. Your work wife, you crashing out, kicking the door in, putting a butter knife to your own neck, talking about you going to delete yourself. Oh, okay. A butter knife, for real, for real. What you going to delete? A stick of butter? You're not deleting yourself. You're not deleting it. But you going to delete a ham sandwich, a peanut butter jelly sandwich, stick of butter? Like, what are we talking about here? You're not deleting yourself with no butter knife. But anyway, you're soft and you're unable to handle tough situations. You're unable to handle the stress of this job. Now, others, Erica, rest in peace to Charlie. Rest in peace to him, and prayers out to her. But part of the reason why I said she shouldn't be in leadership, the whole kitchen remark some of y'all are offended about, the reason why I said that is because she just lost her husband. She should be kept safe away from the public to not deal with the bombardment of questions and all the hatred and the negativity that's going to come her way. Because let's not act like there wasn't any hatred or negativity toward Turning Point before this happened. Let's not act like that, because Charlie got shot and killed before all of us. Charlie got shot and killed before the whole world. So let's not act like there wasn't any hatred toward Turning Point before what happened to Charlie. And let's not act like the hatred has gotten away. So in the midst of that, I would say she should just be in the back and let somebody else come to the front. Leadership is very important. And when the ship is not being led when the ship is not being led in the right direction, you're going to have problems. And I think Candace is the same way. Candace is emotional, heartbroken, and she's not doing things right. Therefore, she's leading her ship crazy. And so is Erica. And so is everybody, because you don't have a lot of leaders stepping up to the plate to make sure these companies and these individuals go where they should be going. Do I make any sense? Am I tripping? Or what's up? What's going on? Now, Steven Crowder got into it. Bro, Steven, let me tell you something, Steven Crowder. Hold on. Can I find that right quick? I'm not going to play no video because I'm going to just get to some stuff here. But what Crowder did was he put up a video. Hold on. I'm not going to play it, but I'm going to just show you so you can see what I'm talking about. And this is a moment that I want Steven Crowder to hear, because I'm not quite sure who's in his ear, who's telling him what's what. Maybe some like what he's doing, but let me tell you this. Okay, so let me just put it up on the screen. Hold on. Let me put it up on the screen, and there we go. So he has a video right here. Say, this is why I don't play this quote unquote game. And it's a video of a private conversation or private meeting with what looks like Daily Wire employees. You got Jeremy Boring at the helm on the podium. And you see what it says right there, Mug Club Undercover. Now, Mug Club Undercover, bro, Steven Crowder, hear me very well. And to anybody watching this, hear me very well. And once I'm done with what I'm saying, I want you guys to let me know if I'm right or if I'm wrong, agree, disagree, whatever. Steven Crowder has his own company. I'm not sure what it's called. Steven Crowder LLC. Steven Crowder Communications, whatever the name of the company is, it doesn't really matter. But he has a company where he's the main talent. He has employees, a studio, sponsors, partners, Rumble. You got a real company, a media company. It's not as big as Daily Wire, but it's big because you were just trying to get Steven Crowder. You were just trying to get $54 million from Daily Wire like you a basketball player for your content. Now, you got a big audience. They like what you do for the most part, but your content is not worth that much. And if it was, you could generate that on your own and you wouldn't need Daily Wire. Let's get back to Daily Wire and Steven Crowder. If you sent somebody from Steven Crowder LLC or whatever your business is, and you paid them to go do that, to go spy on Daily Wire, at a certain point, that's called espionage, bro. You can get locked up for that. Listen, if you did that, that can be called espionage, and you can get locked up for that. You can get sued for sure, but you can actually go to jail for that. That's called espionage. Now, whether they want to prosecute and call it that, it's a different story. But what do you call it when a business, and I'm not saying this is what happened, because what could have happened was somebody just could have been a disgruntled employee and sent this to Crowder from their own personal phone. But if Crowder sent somebody there to do that and report back to him, and then he released it when it was advantageous, that's called espionage. And you can't get locked up. Now, am I right? Am I wrong? Y'all let me know. Now, the point of me bringing this up is people just got to stay in their lane. Don't do too much. Don't try to be, engaging in spying and espionage and halfway legal things. Don't do that, because all you're going to do is make things much worse for you. I want everybody to be nice and free. I want everybody to be happy. I don't want somebody to get locked up. Like my man, hey, I don't want to see y'all behind bars like, bro, hold on. I don't want to see y'all like him, because that's what's going to happen. Y'all keep messing around. Y'all going to be in a white room with your clothes off, not knowing what happened, because one day you're just doing your stream as normal. Welcome to X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third. All of a sudden, boom, 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 open the door. Get on the ground. They ain't going to do all that, but you will get locked up for sure. And if you don't get locked up, you're going to be going to court. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't like going to court. Have you been to court? Like, have you actually been to court? It's not a place you really want to be. Now, I've been to court one time for a traffic ticket. I ain't even like that. And we ain't talking about no big boy court. We talking about a traffic ticket. I was trying to get the ticket knocked off my record. All I did was just save $10. I'm like, man, I would pay the whole ticket in full on the spot to avoid going to court if all I'm gonna do is save $10. You understand? I did not like that whole process. You in the court right next to somebody that smoked crack. He smelled like all day and all night right next to you. Okay. It's all kind of extra stuff going. You itching in there. I don't know what kind of bacteria y'all got going on. I don't want to go to court. And where I definitely don't want to go is to the penitentiary or jail or any kind of incarceration. I am good, bro. Listen, I've made it to 41 years old and I've not been locked up. So I'm not trying to start right now. I'm not trying to start right now, especially not for some social media stuff. I mean, good grief. It ain't that deep. I promise it. Look, I promise it's not. Okay, so some of y'all went to court, jury duty. Yeah. Aunt Draw says jury duty is my extent of court, and that was enough for me. Exactly. Nah, Shelly, that wasn't speeding, Shelly. It was not a speeding ticket. See, you judging me. I feel judged. It was not a speeding ticket. What I had was an expired registration because it was a checkpoint. And when I got put at the checkpoint, I had an expired expired tag, and it was on my windshield. So, no matter of fact, it was an expired inspection. It was an expired inspection because Tennessee, they don't do inspections, but in Virginia, they did inspections. I had an expired inspection by like 2 months, and then I got a ticket for like $100. So I'm like, and then the cop was like, okay, if you fix it and go to court, you can beat it. That's what he said. But all I did was just save $10. I'm like, man, y'all running a racket. That's all that was. Hey, the checkpoint was a racket to raise some money. Okay, we a little short in the budget. Let's go do a checkpoint and get everybody for a little ticky-tack stuff to where they got to pay $100, $50, and raise the money. That's what they was. But anyway, but I digress. You went to prison for 10 years. Well, welcome home and don't go back. Welcome home and don't go back. All right, hold on. Samantha says, I appreciate ABL covering actual news since Candace Owens is basically taking over the independent news sphere. Hey, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. You know, I can't do any of this without you. You guys are the reason why I'm here. All right. But shout out to you guys. Said his voice pitch is annoying. Rex Rocker says Crowder is funny. Quit playing. I mean, if you think he's funny, that's fine. I don't really watch his content at all. I don't watch anybody's political content really, because like I said before, some people have content that might stick in my brain. And then when I'm speaking to you guys right now with no script or no notes, some things they say may come out unintentionally, subconsciously, and I don't want that to happen. Now, I don't think that Crowder stuff will come out subconsciously because I'm not a fan of his content. I don't like listening to LGBT people talk about politics, for real, especially when they in the closet. But that's a different story, and I digress. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Josh says, ABL, that sounds like e-check. Yeah, they're talking about the tickets. It sounds like e-check, waste of money when you can fix and take care of your own vehicles. Yeah, I mean, hey, that's just how it was out there. Everybody has their own ways of being able to raise money. I'm seeing a Carmelo Anthony comment in there. Carmelo Anthony, how long ago was that? We got to move on from these stories, man. I know it's near and dear to your heart, but we got to move forward. It's like so much going on. We got my man right here. Hey, this is going to be one of the biggest stories you ever heard. Yo, how do you go from being a good coach? He was a good, they got a bowl game. They had a winning season. Like they were like 9-3. They had a good season in Michigan. How do you go from making $30 million to coach football in Michigan, rising up the rank? You rose up through the ranks and succeeded Jim Harbaugh, who's now an NFL coach. He coaches the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to say San Diego Chargers because it's where they used to be. But anyway, your predecessor now coaches NFL football. So you're right in that pipeline, bro. All you got to do, keep your head on straight, do your job well, do what you were trained to do by Jim Harbaugh, by everybody. And you're young, 39 years old. Your whole life was in front of you. And what do? I'm going to delete myself. Bro, what is going on? Anyway, he gambled everything. He gambled it all and lost. Mike A says Crowder is funny on this podcast, but he's annoying in his prove me wrong debates. Hey, well, there you go. And you know, some people should just be in the role of being funny, and it's okay. Some only see me as a comedian and don't respect my takes on things, and that's fine. But I think the majority of those who you probably would know respect my opinion on certain things. And as long as I'm able to have that group that gets it, then it's fine. And if a guy like Crowder or Fuentes have a group who respect them for their comedic takes, that's fine as well. But their political takes are a little different. And I don't know, man. The rest of their content, I'm just good. I am good. That affair with that white woman wasn't worth it. I mean, hey, he's just soft. He wanted to have a mommy figure right there on campus. It's like, bro, you taking her out there in the field with you? And then when you broke up or she broke up with you, you stalking her? You have $30 million. You got enough money to be able to go get something else if you want it. It ain't that deep. But really, for real, what I would tell anybody, if you are in the position to make $30 million coaching football, and all you got to do is just stay with your wife and your kids and be a good boy, just do that. Just do that. You're living the American dream. And now you live in a nightmare. A nightmare. Anyway, Carrie says, my mom has Trump dilution syndrome or Trump derangement syndrome. Or is Trump dilution a brand new thing? Y'all let me know what's happening with that. All right, you watch them, man. Hey, it's all good. Whatever you enjoy watching is fine. It's totally fine. All right, it's okay. But I think, as I was saying on the podcast recently, shout out to Millionaire Mindset Podcast, and I got more clips to put up. But as I was saying, we need to have more voices on the right. Because one of the questions I got on the podcast was, do you think there's too many voices on social media? And I was like, well, there's not enough opposing voices because you got to hear everything. Freedom of speech means you hear all ideas and you figure out what makes the most sense to you. And I think there's too few of us on the right because Charlie's gone and it's like he left a really big void and there's nobody to fill the void. The best they got is Nick Fuentes, and that's really not good because he's like the anti-Charlie. So we need to just get more people to get more voices so we can get better quality influencers to communicate to the public. That's just my humble opinion. But hey, who am I? Who am I? But anyway, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. We got a lot to get through here, actually. There's a lot to get through. Thank y'all for joining. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Shout out to you guys for watching, for being the first sponsor, but also shout out to my other sponsor. Shout out to patriotpost.us, your best source of news and information anywhere on these interwebs. Their link will always be in the description, or visit patriotpost.us. Tell them that ABL sent you. Also, please go to Cameo. You guys know I'm on Cameo. Holiday season is here, so if you want a special greeting from yours truly, go to the Cameo link in the description, or go to Cameo, search ABL, Anthony Brian Logan, I pop right up. And if you send me something that is a good message, and it's not nothing freaky or crazy, I'll do it. If y'all sending me something crazy, or it's like some kind of way coded, hey, and matter of fact, the only thing you can send me that I'm going to say that could be secretly coded with something else that is intended for me to miss would be 6'7". Okay, I'll do that because the kids love it. ABL love the kids. I'll do the 6'7". All right, I'll do something like that. They got 6'7" in it. Yeah, y'all can enjoy that. But anything beyond that, anything freaky or something like that, I'm gonna send you all your monies back, and I'm not gonna do it. But anyway, Cameo link in the description. Check it out. Go to cameo.com, search ABL. I'll pop up. Also, please go to the merch website, ablmerch.com. That is ablmerch.com. We got hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, mugs, and more right there on the website, ablmerch.com. Also, please go to my regular website, anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. Go to the front page of the website. You'll be able to find articles for each long-form video that I produce. And in each article, we got sources from the left, from the right, from the center, from the Democratic, Republican, politically agnostic, local, national, international, whatever you want. I got it right there on the front page of the website, anthonyblogan.com. Also, please go to the contact page of the website, anthonyblogan.com/contact-us. There you'll be able to find my email address, my snail address, my UPS box, of course, my social media accounts, my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Never going to call it X, TikTok. All my links are right there on the contact page of the website, anthonyblogan.com/contact us. And as I always say, if you're ever wondering if you're conversing with me on the interwebs or not, it's very easy. Listen, if you didn't send an email to my contact@anthonyblogan.com email, which is right there on the contact page, so you don't got to remember, it's not me. If someone responds to you, if you're in a YouTube comment section or the Facebook comment section or Instagram or somewhere like that, and it's someone that looks like me with my picture, but they got some other stuff going on, talking about how you can make money real quick, send me some gift cards, send it to a 1,000-digit WhatsApp number, you're being scammed. Don't do it. And if you see your grandma who watched me go to the store with a bunch of Apple iTunes gift cards, you got to grab her hand. Hey, mama, I'm going to hold your hand when I tell you this. The person on the other end of the phone, that's not ABL. It's some dude, y'all know where he's at. He's in Lagos, Nigeria. He's in Hyderabad, India. He's in Odessa, Ukraine, or something like this. He is not ABL. That's just the reality of the situation, okay? You're going to sound like this. It's not me. I promise it's not me. So shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. All righty. I see y'all talking about some of the other stuff in the comments. I'm going to keep rocking here. I'm going to get right back to my man, and then I move on. I got to play this video here. I got to play that. But you can see this is Sharon Moore, the now former head coach of Michigan, college football head coach. I took over for Jim Harbaugh when he went to the LA Chargers. 39 years old, contract $30 million over 5 years, I believe, or 4 years. This young lady is, or was, his executive assistant. He was paying her $58,000 at first. And then she got a big bump to $9,000. How do you go $58,000 to $9,000? Why? For your same role, executive assistant. Why such a big bump in your pay? It's because they were having an affair. The problem is, first of all, he's married with 3 children. And second, in his contract, it has a clause that says you cannot do such a thing. You cannot fraternize with the staff. And he did exactly that. Not only did he do that, after things broke off with her and he was told to leave her be by the bosses at Michigan, he went ahead and fired her. What he should have done was just reassign her. But he felt like he's Jesus Christ. I giveth and I taketh away. I gave you that increase in salary. Now I'm going to fire you. Oh, for real? Watch this. Scorned, she went to the big bosses in Michigan and told everything. That prompted them to go ahead and fire him. They had no choice. He was already kind of on the chopping block anyway. They kind of wanted to go a different direction anyway, potentially. But that right there did it. There was so much stuff. Got the girl pregnant, allegedly, Plan B pill. When he was told that he got fired, what he did was have a fight with his wife immediately, because now the wife finds out. It's on ESPN. Sharon Moore fired U of M, affair with the 32-year-old assistant. Now he's got a fight with her. During the fight, he produces a knife. He puts the knife to his own throat and threatens to go ahead and do it to himself. I'm like, bro, all of that is not that deep. You just got fired from a job. People get fired every day. Just because you got fired does not mean that you go getting butter knives and kitchen scissors and whatever is in the kitchen at your fingertips to go ahead and try to delete yourself. After the fight with his wife, he goes to this lady's house, kicks her door down. Boom. The door down. Kicks the door down, assaults her allegedly, and then does the whole same song and dance with the knives. I'm going to delete myself. It's going to be on your hands. So now, rather than just being fired and losing all of his contract money that's owed to him because he got fired with cause, meaning violating his contract, dealing with the young lady, he would not get at least $16 million that was remaining on the contract. And since he did all that with the home invasion and the knives and the threats, now he's in jail. Let's watch some of this. Let's get some sound. That'll help.
Release will be placed on a GPS tether. You will not be released before that GPS tether is placed upon you. You must continue all mental health treatment as a condition of your bond.
Tonight, former University of Michigan head football coach Sharon Moore is out of jail, posting a $25,000 bond after spending the last 2 nights behind bars, awaiting his criminal arraignment. Moore appeared in court today via video link, where he was formally charged with crimes police say committed immediately after he was fired. Tonight, we're learning that Moore's relationship with a former staffer was the reason for his termination, and the victim in that incident also led to his arrest. Thanks for joining us on News Channel 3 at 11. I'm Andy Dominiani.
And I'm Jessica Harthorn. Moore was charged with a felony and a misdemeanor. The most serious charge is felony third-degree home invasion. The other 2 are misdemeanors, one for stalking and another for breaking and entering. If convicted on the felony home invasion charge, he could spend up to 5 years in prison. And our team is
5 years in the penitentiary. 5 years because he kicked the girl door down. Kicked her door down. That's called home invasion. That's very illegal. You know, guys just do things sometimes they think they could just get away with and it's okay. Nah, man, there's laws in the country, bro. And just because you did not know what the law was means nothing, because what they say, it's no excuse that you're ignorant.
Been keeping a close eye on each development in this national story. News Channel 3's Abigail Taylor gives us a closer look at the timeline of this case and what happens next.
New details continue to be released in what led up to the fallout of Sharon Moore, husband, father of 3, and now fired University of Michigan head football coach. Moore went from having still 4 years left on a $5.5 million contract as coach at U of M just days ago.
That's not right. The contract $30 million. He made $5.5 million a year, so that was a little bit wrong.
To now facing these serious allegations. Here's what we know about the timeline leading up to this.
Subject just called the caller, told her there's a male at the location and the house attacking her. He's been stalking her for months.
This dispatch audio from Broadcastify on Wednesday, the same time and location of an alleged assault connected to a now former staff member of Moore's, depicts claims of stalking that began months ago. The prosecutor says the victim, a woman Moore was allegedly having an affair with for several years, broke it off with him on Monday. They say she then went to the University University of Michigan for help because she claims Moore was continuing to harass her with phone calls and texts. By Wednesday, the university announced publicly Moore had been fired following investigations revealing a, quote, inappropriate relationship with a staffer.
He then, at some point soon thereafter, came to her apartment in the address that is alleged in the complaint, barged his way into that apartment, immediately then proceeded to a kitchen drawer, grabbed several butter knives and a pair of kitchen scissors, and began to threaten his own life. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to make you watch. My blood is on your hands. You ruined my life.
After that, we found out Moore was arrested and put into jail, where he stayed up until after his Friday arraignment, when the AP News confirmed Moore was let out after posting a $25,000 bond.
Now let's pause. He was found before he got locked up because he had a fight with the wife with the butter knives, then with the side chick at her house with the same thing, the butter knives. I'm going to kill myself, all this, that. After that, he went to a church. And the wife is the one who found him because she had his location on her phone. So she get it to the authorities, and then they went down there, found him at the church. And then from the church, he got brought to the jail. Now, that is what you don't do. Don't do any of that, bro. That was crazy. Hey, he's going to go to jail, at least for a while. Yeah, because the key is the home invasion. And plus, there was prior stalking. There's a history here. There's a whole lot going on. It's not even about the affair. That's a university thing. So once he got fired, there was no reason to arrest him. His reaction to the firing is what got him arrested. Crashing out, kicking doors down, and check it out. Let me ask you guys a question. If you see somebody do that after they get fired from a job, would you want to hire them? That'd be a pretty good way to filter someone out. You get a resume on your desk and it says Sharon Moore and it has his picture on it. Automatically, you're going to think this. Automatically, it might as well be a mugshot. So off the rip, I'm going to throw your trash. I'm going to throw your resume in the garbage. I'm going to listen, if I see recognizable people that have done certain things that I consider to be kind of crazy and it shows a lack of mental stability, if I see your resume come across my desk, it's going right into the trash. Right away. Matter of fact, I might flag it and call the police. Be like, hey, man, he out here. I don't know what's going on. This might not be. I don't got no time to be dealing with dangerous people. Yeah, the career's over with. And the thing about it is, people have come back from stuff like this. Not this, as far as going to jail, but I'm talking about the getting fired because of the affair. People have done stuff like that, just the affair part, and have come back. But he not only did the affair, but then compounded it by going to the house and grabbing kitchen scissors and butter knives. Talking about someone I'm going to kill myself with. Hey, after I slice this butter on these pancakes, I'm going to go ahead and just do that. Anyway, shout out to him and shout out to her. People were not really watching the video because in the video I said that he had fired her after they came to him and said, hey, you cannot be with her. You cannot, cut that off. After it ended, after she ended it, after he ended it or whatever, he fired her. And that's what set her off. That's what caused everything to go into motion. The same thing that happened with Shannon Sharp. He had a girl he was paying, a sugar baby, giving her a bunch of money, paying all her bills, and then just ghost her. So now she's scrambling because these girls they don't understand how to spend money. They just spending. And then you give her $100,000 in a month, she's going to spend every last dime and call you on the 28th to get refreshed. But then when you don't pick up the phone, she's scrambling because she's used to that certain kind of lifestyle. And so what does she do to get her money? Hello, New York Post, Washington Post. I got evidence of Shannon Sharp attacking me. Okay, let's go to court. Where I don't like going. Okay, $20 million. There you go. There you go. Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie. Didn't I call it? Hey, I called it. I don't need no apologies. I don't need no flowers. I called it. Now, hold on. Before I play this, matter of fact, wait. I got to get it queued up here. Okay, I got to get it queued up because I'm going to compare and contrast because I compared this to something else. Katie Porter, remember her? I covered this one here. All right, hold on. Let me just show you the.
What do you say to the 40%?
Pardon me. Let me show you the video from Katie Porter. This is from October the 8th of this year. Okay, now Katie Porter is, I suppose, running for governor. Is she still running? I'm not quite sure. But Katie Porter is or was running for governor of California. Now, this was local news out there, CBS Sacramento, and they were interviewing all the candidates and asking them the same questions. Now, when it came time for Katie to answer one of the same questions that everybody else got, she didn't want to do it and wound up storming off the interview. Let's watch this again from October the 8th, 2025, just a few months ago.
Of California voters who you'll need in order to win, who voted for Trump.
How would I need them in order to win, ma'am?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. So you don't
I
think
feel like this is unnecessarily argumentative. What is your question?
Well, to those voters. Okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
A California...
So look, that's the way interviews go. They're going to ask questions, then they're going to ask follow-ups. That's just the way interviews are. And I'm seeing quite a few of the ladies struggling with press conferences. I know you guys have been seeing this stuff with, it's not Frozen. What's the name of that other movie? Wicked. These one name random movies I don't keep track of, but it's the same thing going on with them. You got the two leads, Ariana Grande and Olivia, what's her name? Oluwagle, whatever her name is. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, they looking a complete mess out there answering questions. They're looking like something then got a hold of them and just took all the energy out. All the life force has been drained dry. Something going on. I don't know. But in this case, you just got somebody with a chip on their shoulder, angry. The ex-husband said that she's angry, abusive, all of that. And you could see it right here. Now, this reminds me so much of what Marjorie did. And I think if Marjorie went in the gym rat, she'd be a bit back, but I don't want to go down that road. Let's watch some of this here. This is recently, Marjorie walks out of 11 Alive interview. This is local news out there in Georgia.
Tonight, a dramatic moment you'll only see on 11 Alive. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene walked out of an interview with our Zach Merchant.
That's right. So she cut that interview short when we asked her about controversial comments from the past.
I know that you've mentioned here in this interview, President Trump calling you a traitor was a breaking point for you. In the past, you've tweeted, you called Republican Congressman Bob Good a traitor. You called some Republicans who voted for President Biden's infrastructure bill traitor Republicans. You've used that language too. Do you regret that?
Yes, I've already addressed this before, and I'll stand with what I've already said. I've also been the victim of it. I was actually accused by Democrats online of being the pipe bomber on January 5th, which was such an outrageous, dangerous lie that brought death threats on me back in 21 and 22. I've also been used many times and called a traitor by Democrats in fundraising emails and campaign ads. So again, I want to reiterate, this is a two-way street, and I seem to be the only one willing to take responsibility.
And Congresswoman, in fairness, we've asked Democrats as well. We ask everybody about their past stances and past statements. But we would be remiss if we didn't ask you about this. You say you're taking responsibility for it. I just want to be really clear. Do you regret, do you apologize for saying those things?
I've already addressed this. I said it on CNN. I've said it back in 2020, and thank you. I've already addressed it.
Could you address it here again, though? And if not, why not?
Thank you. I've already addressed it.
Ma'am, I don't want to dwell here, but I don't think you have addressed it here. If it's something you regret, I mean, could you just explain why you don't want to say it again?
I'm sorry, but I don't know why you have this motive. I don't quite understand it, but I've already addressed it, and people have thanked me, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity. But this isn't an exercise that I should have to go through on every single interview, and it's quite unbecoming of you to continue to have to push that.
Ma'am, some people would argue that saying colleagues were traitors was unbecoming. I don't think this is an unreasonable question.
See, so this is the toxic nature that I'm talking about, and now you're participating in it yourself here with 11 Alive. And so again, I think you should take responsibility of your own words, the product that you're producing here on your network.
Why do all that? Why do all that? See, all this back and forth, you could have been answered the question and moved on. You're prolonging it, making yourself look worse. And the people of Georgia, who you're speaking to right now, you're not really winning them over. Remember, Trump sent you that poll that said you were 20 points behind. The poll said you were 20 points behind John Ossoff, a Democrat in the red state. Do you think, Marjorie, you're helping yourself with this? Now, I know, thank God, you're done with politics. You're quitting in January. Thank God. Good. I like that. Fantastic. But what are you trying to do here exactly? Are you just trying to be controversial? Are you trying to be a podcast figure? I don't understand what's the problem.
I've done my part, so I think it would be good for you to do yours.
Well, ma'am, these are your words, but it seems like we're not going to get any further here. So I do want to.
Okay, somebody said they didn't see her walk out. Just hang on. Hold your horses. It's coming.
You to do yours.
Well, ma'am, these are your words, but it seems like we're not going to get any further here. So I do want to ask you one last question.
You know what? Thank you so much. I appreciate the interview. Hopefully, good luck.
There it is.
Ma'am, are you going to run again?
And that was the end of the interview.
There it is. Walked out. Cut the camera off. And it was funny. The guy was like, "You gonna run again?" That was a little, a little sneak diss, because it could have been taken, two ways. Are you going to run as in run for office, or run as in run away? It looked like she's going to run away.
I appreciate the interview. Hopefully, good luck.
Ma'am, are you going to run?
Same thing that Katie Porter did. Same thing. I don't like these questions. I'm going to walk away. I don't like what you asking me. I don't want to answer it again. That's ridiculous. And then I'm seeing some of the comments in the original video talking about, yeah, she was right. She was right. How was right to walk off? Listen, just because you don't like the question does not mean you shouldn't answer it. You may have given an answer before on a different platform, a different network, but not everybody watches everything. Some people only watch 11 Alive and that's it. They don't care about watching anything else other than that. And maybe they do watch the CNN, but they didn't see you on there. They did not hear your answer. So you have to, that's the whole point of a book tour or any kind of press run. You go to different places where you're asked the same questions over and over, because the audience that this particular company has is not the same audience that that company has, or this podcaster, or that influencer. Okay. You're going to go everywhere and give the same message. I get asked the same questions all the time, every day. And it's okay. I'm not going to sit there and tell somebody, well, I was asked that question 2 days ago. I was asked that question by somebody else. So yeah, go Google me, check me out on this podcast. Nah, I'm talking to you right in front of you. I'm going to tell you what's going on right now. I'm going to tell you what's going on right now. It's just like some of these callers that call in. When I ask them something specifically and they say, oh, look it up. What you mean look it up? I'm asking you right now. You're giving me something to work with. I'm asking you right now about that particular something. I've been on many podcasts and I get asked the same question all the time. And like I said at my video, the main question I'm always asked is, do I want to run for politics? Do I want to become something? Do I want to become a mayor or a senator or something like that? I've been getting asked that question before YouTube was even a thing for me. But I was probably late 20s when I started getting asked that question from friends and family. They were asking me that. They were asking me because I was showing an interest in that back then, and people kind of saw it in me. I told the story all the time. I'm gonna tell a little more time and then I'll move on. I'm at a dinner with Bill Lee and others. Cameron Sexton, Speaker of the House. I think Chuck Fleischman might have been there. Bill Haggerty, a senator, might have been there. Well, Bill Haggerty was there. I got a picture of him and everything. But it was all the Tennessee politicians there at this particular dinner. I'm at the table with Bill Lee, the governor. I'm right next to Bill Lee. Now, obviously, who's this random black guy at this table with all the heads of the state? Who is this guy? I'm sitting right next to one of the people, a donor. He's right there. He starts talking to me, sparks conversation with me. Within a minute and a half, like 90 seconds, he was like, hey, have you ever considered running for office? He saw it too. What am I going to tell this donor that's right in front of my face? Hey, man, you know what? Check me out on you. Google me. What? Why would I do that? I'm going to just tell him the same thing I tell everybody else. And it's not about him being a donor. It's about that's just called being respectful. It's just called being a human being. It's just called talking to somebody and having the conversation. I'm not going to tell you to Google me. That's just disrespectful regardless of who I'm talking to. I don't care if you're just a regular normie or you're the president. I'm going to tell you the same thing. And I'm going to be respectful. But Marjorie can't do that. Can't do that. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer says, ABL, you would be awesome in leadership position, but I would worry myself sick about your safety. Hey, it's all good. You know, I got God on my side. I ain't never worried about nothing. I ain't never scared. I ain't never worried. God always been with me and gonna stay with me. Amen. And I told y'all, they said you might be a preacher. Then they said politician. But yeah, I ain't never scared about no safety. But thank you, though. I appreciate your concern. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do. But I don't want you guys to worry because God's on my side. All right. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Now, my man right here has a question for all of us, for all the MAGAs. Okay. I guess maybe they see Marjorie going through her thing. They think that quote unquote MAGA is fractured. His question is, where's MAGA? Because I don't see y'all anywhere on the internets. Let's watch.
Where's MAGA? Have you noticed that you don't hear from them at all? Facebook, Instagram, whatever else. Like, they realize that their policies suck. And everything that Trump is doing right now is affecting everybody, particularly MAGA. And even Brett has something to say about it, don't you, boy? I know. Try and find MAGA.
Okay, where's MAGA? Now, I'm not sure if I am a MAGA. Maybe you qualify me as a MAGA. I don't have a MAGA membership. There's no card that I have in my wallet that says I'm a MAGA, but I'm a pretty conservative guy. I'm wearing a 1776 hat in front of a flag that says 1776 and in front of another one that got the blue line and the red line and all of that. So I'm a pretty conservative guy. I'm right here. Okay, I'm right here. And you can see the comments on this live stream, the comments on this video, and you're going to see a bunch of other guys and girls all over the USA that are just like me. Maybe you don't see the MAGAs on your Instagram or your Facebook or wherever you at because you're seeing cat videos. Shout out to the cat. Okay. Meow, all that good stuff. Maybe you're seeing that and you're not really seeing us because we here. We're definitely here. And also, if you're on that Chinese app, all you're going to see is whatever they want you to see. And you might not see many of us because of their censorship policies. Okay, so that might be what's going on. That might be able to explain it. Maybe you're not interested and maybe your platform of choice hides that kind of stuff from you. And you know what? I got one more particular thing I could say. Maybe one of your kids, if you got them, then found your cell phone, got a hold of it, and turned off the politics setting on your Facebook because you were going crazy. Maybe that's what's going on. I don't really know. But at the end of the day, we here, bro. We not going nowhere. So shout out to you. And shout out to the cat as well. All right. But yeah, we here. We're not going nowhere. There could always be more of us, but we're most certainly here. We are. Now, hold on. Speaking of cats, speaking of animals, did you guys see another bear incident in Gatlinburg? Shout out to the Gatlinburg Bears. Hey, y'all gonna learn one day. Now, some said this wasn't really a thing. This is just a guy trying to scare the bear because there was a family right there. Excuse me. The guy was saying that, some were saying the guy was just trying to scare the bear because it was a family right there, not aware of the bear's presence. Now, I don't know how you're not aware of a bear. These are not small little things. They're pretty massive. They're pretty big. This one was not humongous, but it was big enough, okay? If I see a big enough backed person lumbering down the street, I'm going to notice. So a black bear just growling and everything else, I'm going to hear that, okay? Let's watch some of this. There's a lot there. First of all, y'all heard that roar, right? Hey, imagine hearing that roar in person. Oh my gosh. Hey, whatever kind of masculinity, manhood, go out the window. You turn into Twinkle Toes. You're a ballerina. But anyway, do y'all think my man was just trying to distract the bear because of the family right there? There's not much urgency in their step. What do y'all think? And the thing about it is, they just kind of sitting there watching. Bro, you see that bear just growled and kind of pawed at the guy? Maybe the bear is not necessarily in the best mood. I mean, the guy did touch him. So he's like, okay, bro, I'm giving you a warning, a little growl right quick, a little paw swipe. Okay, don't do that. I'm just out here minding my business. I'm trying to go to the ice cream shop. Maybe that was that. But maybe the reason why he did that was because of these people in the back not really paying attention. But hey, once that bear started jogging, though, that's when they got a little bit of pep in their step. Watch. Hey, when that bear started jogging, like he got some hokers on his feet, getting ready to go do a 5K. Oh, all of a sudden now, Alyssa is a little, sense of urgency. Bro, some say that black bears ain't that bad. They're like pets or whatever. They're like dogs. They're not. I promise they're not. Black bears are not going to be as violent towards you like a grizzly or definitely a polar. If you see a polar bear, it's over with. If a polar bear is that close, you dead. You dead. Hey, if a polar bear can go like that, don't even worry about it. Just pick a casket out right there. Call on the phone and get the Amazon straight to your house because you're going to need it. But anyway, a bear is still a bear, though. Listen, if a bear swipes at you playfully, it could be black, grizzly, polar, and they do this and they connect just on the strength of their claws being there, you're going to be totally damaged. You're going to be a mess. If he swipes your face, he's going to take a bite out of your whole, you're going to be horribly disfigured. Accidentally, not even aggressively. If you find an aggressive bear, hey man, ain't gonna be no injury. You're gonna be deceased. So yeah, please don't do that. And if you're not a bear person, don't think you're gonna be like that guy and just do that and the bear won't attack you and hit you severely. Yeah, the grizzly bears and the polar bears, but the black bear is still a bear, so they can get you too. All right. Paulie says black bears are more passive, but they can feel threatened too. Exactly. And they could be hungry. That's right, James Ellis. The bear could be hungry and you might be food. Now, in a place like that, you probably got plenty of food because the people always feed the bears. They're always out there. They kind of are around humans a lot. So they probably are pretty fat. And the bear also had tags on his ears, if you notice. So the bear has been around humans before and had interactions with them. So that's probably why he's, not too aggressive. But catch you a bear that's not had that experience and he's hungry and he just happens to come across you somewhere in Gatlinburg, Smoky Mountains up there. You be in a cabin, right? Up in the mountains, chilling. You go outside at night, coyote right there, wolf right there, bear right here. What you gonna do? And they out there in the woods looking for something to eat, and you just happen to be warm and tasty. So hey, be careful. Now, speaking about being in the wrong place at the wrong time, this young lady says, hey, let's drop Trump off in the hood and see what happens. Okay, let's hear from her.
Since y'all think the orange man is so tough, why don't y'all pick him up and drop him off in the hood and leave him and see how tough he is?
Okay, so I don't think if you just left Trump in the hood, it'd be a problem. I don't think so. And I don't think that'd be a good measure because, okay, let's say there was a problem. Trump is 80 years old. So what's he going to do with all these YNs out here? If they want to do something to him, they could. But really, the funny part is in the hood, Trump get a lot of love. And the hood has always loved Trump. We put him in the rap songs. We have spoken about him in general in the slang sense. You had Nelly, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in now. What was another video, another rap song? The Migos or somebody. It's been a bunch of songs about Trump, a bunch of cameos, a bunch of little everything. He was on Fresh Prince. We love Trump. We like the hustler spirit, the go-getter mentality, the way he speaks, the leadership, the masculinity. We appreciate Trump. So he probably wouldn't have that many problems in the hood, not more than any regular person. And here's this. I would fear more for Trump's safety in a place where you got a bunch of these liberal lunatics like the guy who shot him. Okay, if it's a bunch of them around, not in the hood area, then I'd be fearful. I'd be fearful. Listen, I like Trader Joe's. They got good food in there. But I know if there is a revolution and it kicks off from the left against the right, and I'm in Trader Joe's, I'm in enemy territory. Imagine being a Union supporter in the Confederacy when the Confederacy secedes. You pretty much persona non grata. You got to get up out of there. And if I'm in Trader Joe's and they lock the door and they put on them furry masks and they go by their pronouns, I'm doomed. In that situation, I'd much rather be in the hood than in a place like Trader Joe's. And I think that Trump would feel the same. So yeah, shout out to her. He'll be all right in the hood. Don't worry about it. But Portland, Oregon, Los Angeles, in a nice area. I don't know, man. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. Now, speaking about the hood, this is what you don't do for a traffic stop. Now, I like these videos because I've done my video about traffic stops. I think my way perfectly fine. Also, Chris Rock, everybody, we tell you how to avoid this. And before we even get into it, here's my refresher about how to get pulled over. What you don't do is any of this. Let's let it rock. Hold on.
Get your driver's license, sir.
For what?
Excuse me?
For what? You can't hear? For what?
Sir, I need to see your driver's
For what?
Sir,
For what?
If you don't want to hand me your driver's license?
For what?
That's against the law.
I'm asking you what I did for you to see my driver's license.
Sir, this is a legal traffic stop. You need to provide.
What did I do? What did I do?
Your license plate is covered. You can't read it. The first digit's painted over. You can't read your tag.
The first digit's painted over?
Yeah, you can't read it.
Okay. God damn, boy. Don't reach in my car. I'm gonna hand it to you.
License, sir.
Move. Don't reach in my car. Now you can.
Thank you, sir.
Shut up.
Sir, do you have your registration paperwork? Because you can't read that tag. That first digit scratched off or something.
No, it's not. That's how I got the car. I just got the car.
Okay, do you have your registration paperwork, sir? Your insurance?
I don't have it.
You have to have proof of insurance, sir. You have to.
I got it on my phone.
Okay, let me see it.
All right, give me 1 second.
See, look, all of that for what? Because ultimately, you gave your license, registration, and insurance. Why not just do that from the beginning and make this process go easier? If you are cool with the cop, you probably would get a warning because what did you do? Your license is messed up, license plate is messed up. It ain't that big of a deal. Just go fix that and it won't be no problem. But see, now you about to get a ticket for real and you might mess around and get arrested. You might get pulled from the vehicle, breaking your glass. For what, though? There's no need to do that. Listen, if it's me, here's my program if you don't know. My program is very simple. I have a portfolio, like a billfold, old school billfold. In this billfold, I have registration. I have paper insurance cards, and there's a space for my license. So when they pop the lights on me, automatically my mind says, okay, windows down. If it's at night especially, dumb lights on. Windows down regardless of what. It could be cold, hot, whatever. Windows down, front and the back, so you're able to see through my vehicle fishbowl and you feel comfortable. If it's at night, I'm turning my lights on so you're able to see clearly through the windows, down, and also it's illuminated. So there's no question about, is anybody in the car? Is there something dangerous in the car? No question about that. And when they pop the lights, I'm going to my pocket to get my wallet and I'm getting my license out and I'm putting it in the actual billfold. So right when you come up, I got the billfold on my steering wheel open like this. Both hands on the steering wheel like this. So when he see that, he like, oh, he chilling, ain't gonna be no problem. When I do that, I normally get a warning. I've not gotten a ticket in, I want to say, 20 years. And of course, I drive responsibly. I'm a good driver. I speed occasionally, but everybody does that. But I'm not a reckless driver. I go the appropriate limit depending upon where I'm at. If I'm on open interstate and it's at night, I might hit a little bit up above the speed limit. But if I'm in a residential area or something like that, I'm going to be aware of how I'm driving as far as the traffic flow and just the signs that are on the actual road. It's simple. Just do that and you won't have any problems. And you know what? On his caption, he said he's tired of being pulled over, so now he's being rude. My question is, why are you constantly getting pulled over? Your tags are messed up. You probably smell like weed, because by judging from that car and the way he looked and the way his windows and everything look, you probably got weed in there. You probably smell weed. I don't do no drugs. I don't do no drinking in my car, nothing like that. That's going to get you pulled over as well. Your tags, your weed, all of that gets you pulled over a lot. But regardless of what, you can handle it much better and you will have an easier time as a result. Simple. But people just don't want to do the simple thing. They want to just go above and beyond and do stupid stuff. Now, this was funny. Hold on. This was super funny. So James O'Keefe is still doing this thing. I think James O'Keefe, formerly of Project Veritas, now of O'Keefe Media Group, I think he has become the new Joey Greco. You remember Cheaters? Okay. You be on a date with your side chick, with your side piece. Here he come talking about some camera in your face. Dylan, everything you want to say to Shamanica? Then you cheating on me? No, man, nothing like that. And you try to run away, all this, it's like that. Or like Jerry Springer when they, got to run off the stage. You, not the father. It's kind of like that, right? But anyway, hold on. Let me find this video right quick. I got it right here. Just think this will work. Okay. So Project Veritas set this guy up. He's an adjunct professor at Georgetown. Jonathan Franklin, okay? He black. He thought he was on a date with James O'Keefe because he gay. And now, actually, he thought he was on a date with somebody else, but the guy was James O'Keefe. And at a certain point, James asked him, hey, do you know who James O'Keefe is? He's like, yeah, I'm James O'Keefe. He takes his glasses off. So I guess the glasses were enough to make him believe that was not James O'Keefe. I mean, good grief. And you know what? When I was a child watching Superman cartoons, I was like, how did they know that? How did they not know that's him? How did they not know that Clark Kent is Superman? All he did was take his glasses off and put on the suit. You can't tell it's him? But I guess some people, it's enough to have glasses on to become a whole different person. But anyway, let's watch.
Because I went with a bunch of stupid white people.
Lawrence is his name?
Yeah, Lawrence, yeah.
Lawrence, what do you think of him?
I mean, he's just a sellout. He's like a coon.
Clarence Thomas?
The biggest coon of them all.
What do you think of Candace Owens?
Another coon.
Have you ever heard of a guy named, no, his name is James O'Keefe. Well, the thing is that I actually am James O'Keefe.
He had glasses on. That was his disguise. Glasses. Look, so now looking like Tom Fitton, which you be hitting that gym, bro. But anyway, the glasses were on, and it was clear frame glasses. That's the funny part. Not even black frame glasses, clear frame glasses. You're able to see your skin and everything. Glasses come off. Okay, now I'm James O'Keefe. Welcome to Project Veritas. I mean, O'Keefe Media Group. You're on Candid Camera.
Yeah.
Oh, but hey, before he's like, no, you're not. The funniest part about all of this is that he's on a date with a white man talking about how black men are Uncle Toms and coons and everything else. Oh, okay. They always do that. But anyway.
Yeah. No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm not James O'Keefe.
No, you're not?
I am.
Really?
Yes. And you don't know that.
All of that, though, all of that, really, like, what they be doing? Falling on the ground, running away. Like I said, it's new Cheaters Jerry Springer, all of that. That's what's going on. But yeah, shout out to, hey, James, you're a funny guy. You really are. You are a funny guy. But that's not really a big hitter, man. I need somebody a little bit bigger than that. Adjunct, give me the dean. Give me somebody that's, up there. This guy don't know nothing. He just kind of like just bumbling around DC. Oh, it's real. It's 100% real. Oh yeah, this is real. It's on James O'Keefe's page. James O'Keefe's page. Yeah, like it's not a game at all. Okay, look, it's right here. So, Georgetown professor caught on hidden cameras calling black conservatives coons and saying he works with super white people on undercover date with James O'Keefe. Okay. So, there you go. And he's a former NPR correspondent. Very interesting. And his whole thing over at NPR was race and culture. Of course. Why not? Why not? But yeah, shout out to him. A real skit. Now, it's a real video. Because, the purpose of James O'Keefe is that they expose a lot of these guys on candid camera. But James was so bold, he was like, you know what? I'm going to do it myself with a pair of glasses on. They're not going to know. They are not going to know. Yeah, O'Keefe's. What am I talking about? O'Keefe's. Anyway, now, you know what? I got to say something here. We just saw this guy run from the camera after he realized he was on James O'Keefe. I'll respect him more if he's like, okay, so what? It's a camera right there. I said what I said. I'm not running away from you. Now, here's where Don Lemon comes in. You see, at least Don is going to say what he got to say and be straight up with it. Okay. Now, I don't agree with it, but I can respect him because if that's Don Lemon right there at the table, he's not going to run away and he'll know who James O'Keefe is with his glasses on. But let's watch some of this.
Send her back. And they're screaming it. And people wonder why when I say, in order to be in the MAGA movement, either you're racist or you had to overlook a lot of racism.
See, there you go. He's just outwardly hateful and unapologetic, looking dead in the camera. So the moral of the story before I continue is, whatever you are, whoever you want to be, just be that. People can love it or hate it. I'm not a fan of Don Lemon. I don't watch none of his content. I think he sucks, but at least he's being himself and not trying to hide. I respect everyone more if they were just themselves. To all the gay podcasters, come out the closet, bro. It's okay, man. We see what you do. It's okay. Come out the closet.
And so which is worse? That you didn't prioritize that racism isn't enough to make it disqualifying for Donald Trump to be president or to be a supporter of Donald Trump? No one can deny, if you look at that rally, that has, to me, that's reminiscent of the Klan rallies, of these racist rallies, of these neo-Nazi rallies.
The racism, Don Lemon, comes from the left, 100% from the left, always. I never really experienced racism from whites, not that much. I had little experiences here and there, but nothing compared to the racism I got when I became conservative. And the white liberals would be on my page, call me all types of names, all types of coons, Uncle Tom, sellout, is that, and the third, you hate yourself, all kind of things I've been called by white leftists for years now, for a decade now. I never experienced anything like that until I became conservative. So when you say it's the conservatives who are the racists, it's the MAGAs who are the racists, you're not really living in reality, in my humble opinion. That ain't the problem. I'm not worried about them. Listen, I'm not worried about the MAGAs doing something to me. I'm worried about y'all on the left, Don Lemon. I'm worried about some of your brethren. Okay? It wasn't a conservative that shot Donald Trump or Charlie Kirk or Steve Scalise. It wasn't one of us that did that. It's one of y'all. The violence and hatred is largely a one-way street from the left to the right, not the other way around. Simple as that. But again, Don, I respect your opinion. Well, I respect you for having an opinion. I'm not a fan of your opinion, but at least you are upfront with it, unlike some of your cowardly colleagues. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. And yeah, of course, Don married to a white man. I told you, they always do that. The dude earlier running like Madea through the dating place, and James, with this little shuffle, but you got a bad back, James, what's going on? But anyway, he the same way on a date with a white dude talking about, oh, these black folks are coons because they don't support the same thing that I support. I'm the real black person. I'm black and I'm proud. Oh, okay. Well, how about your white boy husband? What do you feel? Is he black and he proud or nah? And you know what? I'm not even the kind of guy who's against anybody for dating interracially. Whatever you want to do is totally fine with me. It's totally fine. You got consenting adults. It's totally fine. My only issue is the hypocrisy when you say one thing, but you live differently. Okay, you live differently. Now, did y'all see Andy Dick slumped over? You know, and I'm not gonna show him being slumped, but actually, hold on, I'm gonna show him being slumped over. Y'all know Andy Dick is a comedian, been around for a long time. He overdosed on the streets of Los Angeles. It was pretty sad to see. I don't know if I can really show that. Yeah, I can't really show that, but he was slumped over. Yeah, I can't show it because it's like, well, I can show this. Yeah, I can show this. Okay, because I think one video or one picture, you know, he might have had urinated. I don't know what happened, but this right here won't show it. Okay, so this is Andy Dick on the sidewalk, slumped over in Los Angeles. What he did, he said he smoked crack, and that did that to him. But I know about what crack does. I've been around crack smokers before. And crack does not do that to you. Crack does not slump you over. Crack makes you it's like cocaine. It makes you more hyper. It don't do that to you. What he did was just sit next to some random person on the street, and the person said they had crack. He was like, hey, let me get some of your crack that you're smoking right here. So he hits it, and then he gets slumped over, and they got a Narcan him because obviously, if you're dealing with somebody on the street, a random stranger, and you smoke their drugs, they're going to have fentanyl in whatever you're smoking. And probably some most stuff too. It probably ain't just that Fetty Wap. It's a little bit of little crystal, a little bit of everything in there. Ultimately, some dangerous stuff. That's what he did. He can't say he just smoked crack because it's a random guy on the street. But anyway, now here he is talking about, I'm good. Don't worry about it. Now, let me ask you a question. Does he look good? Does he look good?
Andy, how are you doing? You know, since everything happened yesterday.
Hey, TMZ, please, don't do it.
Okay, I have a couple questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by everything? What is everything?
Since
bro, come on, man. Like this is that crack stuff. And you know what? Let me just pause right here. We got to stop giving any credence to what crack smokers say. Hunter Biden, like I'm seeing some of these podcasts. There was one podcast with the white young ladies talking about how they smoke crack. If anybody says, I smoke crack, immediately that should be a red flag. And from that moment on, anything they say, do not believe it. I don't care if they say the sky is blue and it's sunny outside when it's 75 degrees in Miami, Florida. Do not believe anything they say.
Video that came out.
What happened?
That's what I wanted to ask you. You know, are you okay?
Doesn't it look like I'm 100% fine?
It does not. It does not. First of all, I don't know where you at. You know, some kind of ramshackle little spot. Your suit looks crazy. You look crazy. You look about halfway dead. Bro, just say no to drugs, please.
110%.
Now I know you two were there with him.
My man had the did you see that? He trying to it's like, bro, you want to just try to drink the actual water or whatever you got in there? Look. It's like, bro. Enough of that. But Andy Dick didn't die. He got Narcan, and of course, if you get Narcan, that's not crack. Ain't no crack Narcan. That's not how that works. You were on fentanyl. Some kind of opiate derivative, probably fentanyl, because that's what all the street drugs at this point are fentanyl. If you are on the street getting high, you smoke fentanyl, period. And it's really, really bad. Oh, and then that right there is very symbolic of what's happening to this country with the drug epidemic. Some say, the war on drugs is useless. I think if we did not fight the war on drugs, we would have been overtaken by drugs a long time ago. I think that you're not going to totally stamp out all the drugs, but you got to do your best to regulate it, because if you don't, the whole nation would be a zombie. We all be zombies. It'd be zombie land. How many foreign nations would love to see Americans become addicted to these opiates? China would love it because that's revenge for the opium wars, right? Although technically it was not us. Well, we the same thing as the Europeans. And I guess we were involved in a certain kind of way. Anyway, the thing about fentanyl and stuff like that is cheap, real cheap. And then they got other drugs that they put out in the streets. Who knows where they come from? Have you guys seen that drug called Feel Free? I'm not promoting these drugs. I'm telling you to stay away from them. Some of y'all crackheads want to go out there and do it, but I don't recommend you smoke crack or anything like this. But there's a bunch of these drugs that go to gas stations and all kinds of places that probably come from the same source, China, by one way or another, all designed to do the same thing to subjugate the American citizen. But anyway, now what you should be doing is getting an education, doing the right thing, and producing for yourself and society as a whole. Now, if you go to school, if you go to college, I want you guys to get good degrees that matter. I've played this before, but I'm gonna play it again just for a little bit of context. All right, let's check it out here. Okay, what are their majors? Her major right here, you can see it right there on the screen. She's gonna tell you. All right, and we got a few more telling you their major. Let's check it out.
Hi, my name is Kayla. I'm graduating from NYU Gallatin, and my concentration is economic inequality in the U.S. and Caribbean.
Period. Hey, my name is Nayeli. I'm from Gallatin, and my concentration is spiritual healing. Period. Hi, my name is Elio, and I concentrated in Black storytelling.
Hey, my name is Gabby. My concentration is called Exploring Colonialism and Sustainable Economic Development.
So look, shout out to all the young ladies getting their degrees and pursuing higher education. That's a good thing. I commend your effort. Shout out to you guys. I want to be positive here, but I want you guys to get degrees that actually matter. What is your focus? Exploring colonialism and sustainable economic development.
Period.
I'm Alexia, and my concentration is creativity as communication, how the arts act as a language outside of verbal communication. Period.
Hi, my name is Kayla.
So, I mean, some of these majors, man, it might as well be underwater basket weaving. Because my question would be, okay, what are you going to do with these actual degrees? Are you going to go to Capitol Hill, DC? What are we actually doing? I don't really get it. In many ways, college is a scam because they're not telling you the reality of the job market once you're there. They're not telling you. They take your money. They do that all day long. It'd be some dude with a bunch of beads on his neck, smelling like full court basketball, musty, no deodorant, flip-flops. He'll be in there wearing brown, wearing 5 shades of brown with his outfit, smelling like knock chomping incense. He'll be the guy teaching you these things that don't do a thing for you at all in your life. Oh, it was a good class. Mr. Smith was so nice. He was amazing. He always smelled like patchouli. All right. But you paid Mr. Smith a whole bunch of money to do what? For what? For what purpose? You tell me. And check it out. I'm not trying to go listen to no patchouli smelling, flip-flop wearing, musty smelling, 15 shades of brown wearing dude in college, and I'm not getting any kind of information out of it. You know, that's part of the reason why I just left, because I felt like it was a scam. I wasn't really gaining what I needed to gain. I want to go to a place where I'm able to get the training for a specific skill so I can go out there and do that skill. My skill was I was a talented graphic designer, a talented artist, and I did that for a very long time. I did that from 2005 to 2018. Okay, I could probably still do that right now for a living beyond any of this. But I had to go get skills and get training for that. Once I got that, I'm out. And I dropped out too at a certain point. They're talking about take bowling. Bowling? Why am I in the bowling class? Like, I want to go out to the streets and get that money. I'm not trying to be in here trying to bowl a strike. What am I doing that for? Why am I paying my college to go bowl? I can bowl on GP whenever I want. Not to go to college and do it. But anyway, speaking about monies being spent, how much monies have been given to illegal aliens in Minnesota and just this year, 2025? Let's check it out. And RIP in advance to the headphone users. Let's go ahead and throw it on the screen. And here we are.
Immigrants in Minnesota in 2025 with Minnesota Care and access to Minnesota Care will be given $7,000 worth of benefits. That's right. Illegal immigrants are given $7,000 per person in the form of Minnesota Care benefits here in Minnesota, paid for by Minnesota taxpayers. And what we're seeing and what this cost is to us is that with over 17,000 people who have already enrolled for this program here in Minnesota, in fiscal year 2025 alone, that is going to equate to at least $107 million in this fiscal year right now. Immigrants in Minnesota in 2020.
$107 million in Minnesota taxpayers' money goes to illegal aliens. Just this year, $107 million to illegal aliens. But I thought they were a net positive. I thought they produced for the country. I thought that it looks like that these people are being heavily subsidized by the taxpayer, whether we want to or not, whether y'all want to or not up there in Minnesota, heavily subsidized by the taxpayers. They say Americans don't want to do these jobs. They say Americans are lazy, but what they're not talking about is that 82% of Somalis, or excuse me, 81% of Somalis in Minnesota are on some kind of government assistance. Now, hey, extend that to everybody. Extend the government assistance programs, all these fake jobs they work to get money from the government. Extend that to the general citizen and see if it works as far as productivity. See how it works. Anyway, so there's been quite a few non-citizens given Social Security numbers over the past 4 years, from 2021 to 2024. Quite a few illegal aliens getting Social Security numbers. Is that possible? To be an illegal alien and get a social? If you have a social, aren't you able to vote?
Fox News ran this graph yesterday. Non-citizen Social Security numbers issued during the Biden administration: 270,000 in 21, over 590,000 in 22, over 960,000 in 23, over 2.1 million in 24. Gee, I wonder why that escalated so much in 24. Because what are you probably more likely to legitimately be able to claim if you've got a Social Security card?
Citizenship voting.
By the way, that's more people. The Biden administration gave more non-citizens Social Security cards in 4 years than live in our home state of Iowa. If we just took the amount of people they gave those to in 2024, that's more people than live in Nebraska, Idaho, West Virginia, Hawaii, New Hampshire, Maine, Montana, Rhode Island, Delaware, South Dakota, North Dakota, Alaska, D.C., Vermont, and Wyoming. It would be the 39th largest state in the union. Just the amount of people, non-Americans, they gave Social Security cards to last year. Fox News.
So look, here's my thing about that. When we say, the great replacement theory, when we say that Americans are being replaced by the illegal aliens, it's not an invasion if they're invited. And that's the problem. Same thing going on with Europe. I put a video out talking about the European issue with the Muslim invasion. They're talking about, we got mosques everywhere. They got the call to prayer. They got Aloha snack bar all hours of the night. They praying on the mats. Paris is a mess. But it's like, yeah, all these things are true, but whose fault is it ultimately? It's those who are in charge. It is the leadership of Europe itself letting it happen. Because of the low birth rate in Europe. 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, that's what's going on. Now, I'm not against immigration, but it can't just be mass migration where everybody comes in and you don't know what's going on. And giving illegal aliens Social Security numbers is crazy. That should be something that's saved for the citizens. Why do they need socials? They could do other things and not have they can still be here and work without a social. Why they gotta have a social? Because you want them to vote? And the objective, I would suppose, is to have them vote for the Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party will be the ones who give them the social. Hey, give me a vote come November. So it wouldn't even be about illegal aliens or not requiring ID to get people to steal. You could just straight up make new citizens and have them vote the way you want. Now, fortunately for us, and Unfortunately for them, it didn't work. We still won. We still beat them like they stole something. You understand what I'm saying? Figuratively, to all the snitches out there, you threatened to beat the vice president up. Anyway, I know what I'm talking about. She got beat like no tomorrow. She got beat like a runaway slave. You understand what I'm saying? Soundly. Anyway, let's talk about what we gonna talk about next. Hold on. Oh, California. So a woman said that she filed for unemployment benefits years ago, and they did an audit recently and decided that it was inappropriate for her to get the money. So now they're garnishing her wages to get the money back. I'm talking about over a decade ago, she filed unemployment, and now they're saying, let's get that back. Are you broke, California? What's happening? If you're broke, just say that, but as a cool kid say. Let's watch.
So the state of California has to be going broke. They gotta be going broke because the BS that they pulled with me this week was egregious. So I got paid yesterday and I checked my bank account since I get direct deposit, and I noticed that my check is $1,000 shorter. I'm like, whoa, did I not get paid for Thanksgiving the day after? Like, what's going on? I reach out to payroll. Payroll's like, we'll look into it and follow up with you. So later on in the day, someone from payroll comes to my office and they're like, hey, we looked into the issue. And it turns out that there was a wage garnishment order submitted for you from EDD, unemployment. I was like, wait, what? I haven't collected unemployment in years. Like, it's been a long time. So he's like, I'll go ahead and send you the garnishment order. He sent it to me. I look at it. It says I owe $5,000. I'm shocked because any money that I received from EDD, I was approved for. And as far as my understanding is, I don't owe them any money. So I call the benefits overpayment line and I'm like, what's going on here? You guys garnished my check today for $1,000 and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So she tells me, oh, it's for a claim from 2013. Yes, 12 years ago. Apparently, they did a review and an audit and determined that I should not have received unemployment funds back then. So now they're collecting it. I said, okay, but why not notify me first? Why did it go straight to a garnishment order? She's like, oh, we've been trying to get in contact with you. We've been sending you notices since December 2024. Turns out they were sending those notices to an address I haven't lived at in 5 years. Yay me.
That's crazy. That's totally crazy. So my question would be, why are they doing this? Why would they go back 12 years, 2013? Why would they go back so far to audit the unemployment situation? Why would they do that? Especially when they give out all kind of money for nothing. The bridge to nowhere, healthcare for illegal aliens, billions of dollars to everything for nothing. Why are they going after her for $5,000 and garnishing her wages? That's crazy. You're going to call me, you're going to do that now. And of course, they have to understand if she was on unemployment in 2013, she might not be in the same place she was living. She might not be there many years later. So they know automatically when they send notices, it's not going to be received and it won't be a fight. So they'll just take the money and then she got to try to deal with it on the back end, try to get a lawyer. You might end up paying more for the lawyer than you would pay for the actual benefit. So it's like they're robbing her. Yes, they did give her the money, but why would you come back and get it now? Are you broke? If you're broke, just say that. That's what it sounds like. But California, we know they're not very good with money. Their leadership, it sucks. It's really, really bad. Probably the worst in the entire nation. A beautiful state. California is physically beautiful. Beautiful place. The beaches, the mountains. I love it. Even the hot desert area is cool to look at from afar. But, hey, take me to the beach or to some area that's not super dry and humid and has a little bit of water. I'm good money. A mountain, okay, cool. If we're just out in the desert baking to death, I don't like that. Beautiful place, but poor leadership. Hey, if I was her, I'm leaving California. I'm leaving. Yeah, nah, because You're not taking my money from my job now for something 12 years ago. You're doing that because you want some money. You're just trying to tax me more because you can't pass a tax increase directly because you already taxed to death in California. Things are already expensive. You just want to take my wages away? Nah, I'm out. That would be my final straw. What about y'all? Would you stay there and deal with that nonsense, or would you get out of Dodge? Y'all let me know. Somebody said they wish they were Somali. Hey, if you're Somali, you get all kind of money, all kind of monies will come into your pocket and see your life. If you're Somali, it's like a magic. Do a little dance, and then all of a sudden, money just come from the sky. That's how it's going to be. But anyway, if you want to do crime, go to California. That's what my man right here says. If you want to commit crime, if you want to be a criminal, if you want to be coddled by the legal system, go to California. It's okay. You can steal money if you're in the government, and you can steal money if you're a regular dude on the street. It's okay. It's totally fine. As long as you do it in increments of 1,000, it's cool. We just saw, hey, I owed 5,000. They took 1,000. Same thing with going to the store. If you take under 1,000 in products, no big deal. It can be security guard looking at you like this. As you walk out the store with a whole trash bag full of things that add up to like $9.95 and 98 cents. But anyway, let's watch this. If you want to do crime, go to California.
If you want to do crime, come here, bro. There's hella crime. You will not get caught, straight up.
And look here, you can see the man reach into this blue SUV where it looks like there is someone inside. There's a hand right there, and you can hear someone screaming.
This is Brucey.
This is the moment more than 20 masked and hooded people stormed into Heller Jewelers in broad daylight Monday.
U.S. News and World Report ranked.
Did y'all see that? 20 people, broad daylight. Bro, ain't no way. I've never in my life seen such a thing. It's like they opened a box of roaches and just released it. Bro, man, please. Hey, come down Georgia, do that. You're gonna get lit up. Christmas tree. Lit up. Chinese New Year, 4th of July.
U.S. News and World Report ranking Oakland as the second most dangerous place in America.
Do you think every adult you know has been robbed at least once around here? So was it worth putting a baby at gunpoint simply to get a couple sweatshirts? Folks, this is Oakland, California, a city dominated by robberies, theft, and in-your-face crime.
Yeah, Oakland is pretty much done. Oakland is a wrap. Yeah, that's one place I would never live in my life is Oakland. That's, you know, people say I'm from the hood, man. I'm from the sticks. You ain't from the gutter for real. Oakland, in the USA, Oakland gotta be one of the worst places you can live. It's bad. They just kind of let stuff go on. There's no crime fighting, and you got a lot of poverty for some reason in a rich California. Now, going to San Francisco, the crime is so bad they got to hire private security because the police ain't gonna do it. The police are not quite enough to handle all the crime.
Can you 1019 over to Harriet and Howard, please?
For the last 12 months, residents in San Francisco's South of Market neighborhood have had a direct line to a team of private security guards.
We do heavy patrols here every hour.
They cover 109 blocks of this neighborhood.
We got to do our job
24/7.
If there's anybody that's on the sidewalk blocking doorways, blocking garageways, or just mainly blocking the sidewalk where people can't pass through, we basically walk up to them, we address it. We asked them if they could relocate. Are you looking for any services or anything today?
These guards are not armed. They're deployed out of the Soma West Community Benefit District, the private nonprofit funded by local property owners.
How much money are you guys paying for security?
We've spent $820,000 in the last 12 months.
The main job of the benefit district is to keep the neighborhood clean and welcoming, not necessarily to hire private security, but residents felt like they had no other choice.
What do you think is contributing to the fact that now you guys need more security here?
We need more security because of the population of street addicts. And the reason they're here is because the city has concentrated all the facilities and services that enable their lifestyle in this area.
At the CBD.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it because that's really what it is. All these services, all the things that they get, all these freebies that they get, it enables their lifestyle. It's California. The weather's pretty good. You're good. You're chilling. You're not really worried about anything other than just getting your fentanyl and your free services and do whatever else you want to do without having any kind of penalty.
that enable their lifestyle in this area.
At the CBD's office, they have a bird's eye view of the conditions on the streets. They created this map showing all the city services and their exact locations.
This is a visualization of where supportive services are in San Francisco. As you can see, they're all right here.
That right there, when I see that, I don't just see services. I see millions, millions, and millions of billions of dollars. That's the whole complex right there. Because these places, people that work there, this is not just volunteers. These are real businesses that get real monies from the state and the Fed and private. And even the security guy is making money, $800,000 in 1 year. It's all money wrapped up in it. That's the key. And I think the services, like you said, that's going to keep everybody there because they're getting what they need. They're getting their needs met to go out there and smoke fentanyl all day. That's kind of what's happening. This is going to be Bellevue, Washington. So that's like Seattle, right? Let me make sure I'm saying the right thing. Bellevue, Washington. I think that is Seattle. Yeah, the Seattle area. Yeah. It's right across from Seattle proper. But anyway, that's the Seattle area. Bellevue, Washington. My man right here says, look, me and the buddy are trying to keep the crime down and keep the peace and just do our part serving the community. But the local police aren't really big fans of what we're doing. Okay, let's watch.
Me and my buddy, we stop people here, stealing, and the cops in Bellevue trespass one of my buddy because they call him vigilante.
He was trying to stop a thief, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's messed up.
And then here, now it's getting bad because people are stealing like crazy. It's every night people are pushing out carts full of shit and then push it down in 12 and Jackson.
Really?
Yeah.
And because they take the bus.
Yeah, we follow them.
Look at this. The block is hot. The block is so hot. Ain't no party going on. And ain't nothing happening other than a bunch of drugs, fentanyl. That's all that's happening. You would think there's a Black Friday event. You would think there is a club event. Nah, this is just drugs. Look at this. Jumping, hot. Listen, dangerous. You couldn't pay me any dollar amount to live down there. And look, one thing I noticed when I was on the left coast, in a lot of these little areas, you're going to see big, tall walls on everything, barbed wire on just random buildings. It was a lot. I didn't like it. It didn't feel safe. It felt like dystopian future. Forever, I love Atlanta. Atlanta would never. Barbed wire just randomly in the street. Disgusting. Ew. Yeah, that's what's happening out there. That's kind of what's going on. Hey, you want to try to stop the crime? You want to just be a good citizen and help your neighborhood not experience so much theft? How dare you? You are a vigilante. But check it out, though. We living in Gotham. Ain't no Batman. Somebody got to be Batman at a certain point. We living in Gotham. Who gonna be Batman? All you got is Joker, Two-Face, this person, that person, Harley Quinn. All of them jokers running around. Maniac laughing, all of this, but no Batman to put a dent in the crime. No Robin, no Batman, no Batgirl, no nothing. Not even like the little D team, Nightwing or nothing. It's a mess. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Okay, this young lady. Remember BLM? BLM is still around, I suppose. Or there's still remnants of Black Lives Matter floating around. This woman stole a bunch of money, and the things she spent her money on are hilarious. Let's check it out.
The executive director of Black Lives Matter Oklahoma City has been charged with stealing millions of dollars in donations.
A grand jury indictment was unsealed, charging 52-year-old T. Cherie Dickerson with wire fraud and money laundering. Dickerson made her initial appearance in court today. This indictment alleges that the local BLM chapter accepted charitable donations through its affiliates and that she personally spent more than $3 million on things like vacations, clothes, food, even real estate here in Oklahoma City.
Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. let's go back because I gotta just zoom in right here on this stuff. Okay, so what she did was accept canceled bail checks straight to her account because the purpose was to raise this money to help with people getting out of jail, like a bail fund. But rather than doing that, she just spent it on herself. And she went on vacations and did all type of stuff. Now, when they say food, they're trying to be a little nice. Let's hear me very well. And you can see her right there. You know, you can't miss her. She spent $50,000 on Uber Eats alone. It's like, ma'am, really? Really, ma'am? If you would have went to the grocery store, had like got items, okay, if they say you spent that much money on groceries, okay, that's still bad. Uber Eats, so every day, basically, all day, all you're doing is getting these checks fraudulently, cashing that, going on trips whenever you get out of your house and stop eating. And then when you're in the house eating all day, it's Uber Eats. Okay, Uber Eats all day long. Hey, what do y'all think she purchased the most on her Uber Eats account with the stolen money? Okay, what they got over in Oklahoma City? What they got? Raising Cane's, Chipotle. Now, I ain't on Chipotle. We talking about Olive Garden. Hey, Olive Garden, Chili's, Applebee's, all day long. Baby back ribs, salad and breadsticks, spaghetti, all of that type of stuff. Big back stuff. But anyway, shout out to her. You got to stop stealing. Hey, if you're going to steal, first of all, don't steal. So if you're going to steal, don't. But if you are going to steal, don't steal from the federales because that's the easiest way to get yourself to the penitentiary. They can track that so easily. It's like, come on, man. It's like going to the police station to rob the front desk. It's like you're at the police station. They can see you. The police are right here. You're going to get arrested right now. They can put you in a jail right here. What are you doing? Do not steal, period. And if you're going to be a moron and steal, don't steal from the feds. All right. You guys are funny with the comments. Eat like a queen. Ding dongs and Twinkies. Big Bat Burgers, KFC. Peg, you got all the foods. You got pretzel, hot dog, pot pie, pizza, ice cream, cookies, popcorn candy, flan, pancakes, everything. 50,000 US American dollars on Uber Eats with stolen monies. You cannot make any of this stuff up. You can't. Okay. Oh, and speaking about what they spent money on, the Somalis they also like stealing, some of them, and they also like the finer things. Now, they're not buying no food because they're looking like the pirates, you know what I'm saying? They're about 100 pounds at 6'8". But anyway, they're not buying but what they are buying are plenty of plane tickets to the Maldives and fancy cars and things of this nature. But let's go ahead and check some of this out.
Details this morning of how people in Minnesota spend hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars on luxury cars and real estate. Now, this money was stolen apparently from programs that provided services to poor children. Many of the accused are Somali Americans, a fact that President Trump has used to criticize the broader community in general.
A honeymoon in the Maldives, a fleet of luxury cars. Here's a box with more than $270,000 in cash.
So why do we have that much cash with stolen money? Why did you steal that much money and convert it into $250,000 plus 20 grand in cash? Where are you going with this much money? Hey, what'd be funny is that they went to the airport and they got caught with this kind of money. If you go to the airport with that, you're going to get caught into an office because obviously you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. Oh, it's my money. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
This was all evidence from a new trove of files obtained exclusively by CBS News. showing how a group of convicted Minnesota fraudsters spent taxpayer dollars. One text message reads, "You are going to be the richest 25-year-old."
At the end it says, inshallah. Because remember, they Muslim too. Don't forget about that. They Muslim. The Somalis are Muslim. That's their thing. So they got the head wraps and all of that. They still be on that. And part of their faith says they're able to lie to you on GP. You're not a believer? Okay, I can just lie to you and it's fine.
We're not even at the end of the beginning of our pursuit of the stolen money and of the people who stole it.
U.S. Attorney Daniel Rosen leads the office digging into the wave of COVID-era fraud that hit Minnesota.
So how much money are we talking about stolen?
I can say with great comfort, well in excess of $1 billion.
In the past 3 years, 87 defendants have been charged, 61 convicted. The majority of them are Somali American. Minnesota has the nation's largest Somali population. The perpetrators are accused of ripping off state-run programs intended to feed low-income kids, house the disabled, and provide services to autistic children.
Their whole scam is the home nurse, the home health nurse thing. It's a big scam because the government will pay you money per patient, but they never have any patients or anybody in there. It's just a way to get money. They set up a shell business and just get money.
This was a get-rich scheme.
Andy Luger was the U.S. attorney who first examined this fraud. He left in January.
One of the things we discovered is that a number of the people involved were buying investment property, resort property in Kenya.
Wire transfers reviewed by CBS News also show
resort property in Kenya. Like, okay, if you ask some of these people, they'll say, I did it for Somalia. I did it for Somalia. Okay. You want to build up Somalia, but rather than going to Somaliland or wherever you're from, Mogadishu, wherever it is, you go to Kenya and you go to Nairobi to go out there and just kind of party up.
Show more than 1 million.
That's why Somalia is looking like the way it looks still.
Reviewed by CBS News also show more than $1 million went to Chinese banks.
It goes behind a black curtain. It's hard to see where things went beyond that.
The Trump administration has said it's investigating whether any of the money fell into the hands of terror groups like al-Shabaab in Somalia. But both Luger and Rosen agree the evidence so far shows the criminals were only interested in getting rich.
There was never anything that indicated that this was linked to terrorism.
Somali leaders worry the community is being held collectively responsible. And this week, there have been ongoing immigration raids.
As there should be. As there should be. Because quite a few of them that's here illegally as well. That's also a thing. Yeah, get them up out of here. Yeah, are they committed any kind of criminal act? Get that convicted. If they're here illegally, then go. Nightman says, AB Trader L. Me? I'm the trader? Me? What did I do? I thought I've been very helpful to the movement. I'm a trader? What did I do? I hate your video about Erica and Candace. I'm offended. You said stay in the kitchen. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up. How about that? Shut up. Stop crying. Stop being soft. Anyway, speaking about money's being taken, let's talk about Ilhan specifically. How her net worth has increased a lot over the past few years since she's been in office. Magically. Same way as Marjorie Taylor Greene. You're worth X before you come into office. And then as you're in the office, you're worth Y. How did you increase your value? How did you increase your net worth?
Developing now, despite arguing she is not worth millions, a new financial disclosure found Representative Ilhan Omar's net worth could be as much as $30 million. The vast majority of the money coming from her husband's two companies. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris joining us. There's been interest growing around this disclosure because earlier this year she slammed claims of being a secret millionaire. What more can you share, Jeff?
So the 2025 disclosure, first reported by the Washington Free Beacon, shows that the Minnesota Congresswoman and her husband have a net worth between $6 and $30 million, a roughly 3,500% increase compared to 2023. The Free Beacon reporting the couple's financial gains came from her husband's two businesses, a winery in California and a venture capital firm headquartered in Washington, D.C. Those assets were valued between $5 and $25 million by the end of 2024. In 2023, that number was reportedly less than 1,000. But Omar, a founding squad member, slammed online speculation back in February, claiming she was a secret millionaire. Omar saying, quote, "Since getting elected, there has been a coordinated right-wing disinformation campaign claiming all sorts of wild things, including the ridiculous claim I am worth millions of dollars, which is categorically false."
A liar, a big liar, just like all the rest of them, a whole liar. And the thing about it is, it's not even something that she can really deny because we can all see it. Public records, we know who you're married to, we know what you did with the campaign money. 70%, I've said it a lot, but I'm going to say it again. 70% of Ilhan Omar's campaign money goes to Tim Mynett, who is her campaign consultant, I believe. That's the title. Now, she is married to Tim Mynett. Remember, she was married to their brother for immigration purposes to get him over here to go to college in North Dakota. And then she was married to her real husband through religious marriage, who she had kids with and everything else and lived with for 20 years. They get divorced through the religion. She gets divorced from her brother, and then she marries Tim Mynett because if she gives 70% of her campaign money to him, it could come back to her legally, therefore increasing her net worth. It's very simple. It's a game. And the thing about it is that might not be illegal, or maybe it is, but too many Somalis operate in this gray area, and it's always intended to not follow the spirit of the law, to try and get over, to try and get something for free, to try and scam, to try and manipulate. And that kind of ideology cannot be in this country, period. I don't care what color you are. I don't care where you're from. You could be black, white, Puerto Rican, candy stripe, rainbow, kaleidoscope, 3D, 4D, 5D. I don't care. The spirit of stealing can't be in you if you're going to be over here and be productive. Simple. Now, here is a potential consequence of the migrant crisis. The Christmas tree at the Rockefeller Center. It's kind of a hard thing to get to now. They got a big barrier. Can't really get to it. I wonder why. Hey, I wonder why ever since the migrant crisis, they got the tree kind of blocked off. I wonder why.
This is as close as they let you to the tree now, which is crazy because I remember I could get so close to it. Now it's so far away. So pretty though. Look at that star. This is as
And the tree is nice. Okay, shout out to the star. Hold on, let's get that star. Look at that. Yeah, the tree is beautiful, but you can't get close to it because why? Because you're going to have people that maybe they don't like Christians or Christmas or Jesus or anything like that. So they're going to try to attack the tree. We've seen that over in Europe where they just attack trees because it's representing Christmas and they don't like it. The Muslim Christian beef, all the religious beef got to stop, man, because it's like, what are we actually doing? Let's have our faith. You have your faith, but it's more than just the faith. It is the way of life. Because they, in their religion, believe one thing, and then Christians believe something else. So since I believe this and you believe that, and we don't agree, now we're going to fight. And then part of their religion says you got to fight. Strike the infidel. So it is what it is. Okay. Let's keep rocking and rolling here. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all the good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Okay. My man here says, hey, we need rights for the quote-unquote undocumented. I call them illegal aliens, but he does not use that term. He finds it offensive, I believe. So let's hear from my man, the self-described undocumented person.
I don't agree with the term illegal. We're undocumented. We've been here for thousands of years before you guys showed up, screw up everything. We think socialism does work, real socialism, not Venezuela, not Cuba, not any of that crap that they try to sell us as socialism. The only model would be Soviet Union the first 4 years. After that, it became a mess.
It did become a mess, right? Yeah. Yeah, they always say that. They're talking about, oh, well, we got to do communism the right way. Socialism the right way, because the other times throughout history It's been tried and failed. They didn't do it right. But I, the undocumented man with the big sombrero, I got the right idea. My idea is going to work. Whatever they did, whatever these governments or very smart people did in the past, that's not going to work. But me, hey, give me a 6-pack of Modelo. I'm going to have the plan laid out. Let's go ahead and do it. And then we'll be good. Okay? And look, part of my plan is I get free Modelo's and lime all Sunday. That's part of my plan. It's like, bro, I don't think your plan's going to work. It never works. Talking about some, yeah, after the first 4 years went to a mess. Yeah, because for a while, socialism can work for a while, but it can't work forever because at a certain point, you're going to run out of somebody else's money. At a certain point, when the government controls everything, there's less incentive to be innovative. There's less incentive to grow as a nation when the government is in control. A lot of the same systems the government works on, they've been having for a very long time. Have you guys seen that system they have underground where they keep all the government records? Some say that's a good system because it's fireproof or whatever, but it's like, come on. I think we could do that in a more efficient and cost-effective way rather than having people that work an entire career and get a pension for just being down there in that mine messing with all the paperwork. That'd take forever to get if you got to get it. But anyway, shout out to him. I don't think your plan's going to work, bro. I don't think so. Modelo or not, it ain't really going to work the way you think it's going to work. All right. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. Okay. This guy is a boxer and influencer, Jonathan Ham, talking about the illegal alien issue. Many of us black folks say it's not our fight. You're here illegally, oh well. And when I say black folks, I mean U.S. citizens, not if you're here illegally. U.S. citizens say the illegal alien fight is not our fight, but this guy disagrees. And we got a little bit of cussing because, you know, people in 2025 cannot speak on camera without cussing at all. Let's watch.
I hear some of y'all ignorant ass people talking about this ain't our fight, especially some of my black people. No, nigga, this is our fight. You know how many white women and white men died for us during the civil rights movement? It wasn't their fight either. And yes, indeed, we did the same thing 20 years before that with the suffrage movement. It was our black women out there marching for those white women. Fam, they at war with us too. What the fuck you think? They at war with us too, but they trying to hit us through, it's called policy. That's what it's called. Alright? So yeah, nigga, this is our fight. Fam, if you was over there in Mexico, you would be doing the same fucking thing. Those people have courage, have heart. Immigration is what make our country great. Once again, immigration is what make our country great. If you was over there in Mexico, you'd be doing the same fucking thing. Them people got courage. When you had to choose between getting fucking killed and getting slaughtered by the fucking cartel, or taking a chance and risking the dice and coming over here, you do the same fucking thing. How you think they got those guns over there? How you think they got those AR-15s and those Uzis? How you think they got those drugs over there? You know how many coups we've done? You know how many countries we've infiltrated to take over? Iran, Nicaragua, so many countries in Africa, Mexico, the list goes on and on. So how dare you make a statement like, nah, this ain't our fight. No, nigga, this is our fight. This is our fucking fight.
Okay, there's a lot there. First of all, bro, you all over the place talking about Nicaragua and Iraq and okay, there's a lot there. But the reason why we say it's not our fight is because we're not here illegally. We're not breaking the law. You're talking about women's suffrage, civil rights. You're talking about movements concerning American citizens. That's much different than something concerning someone who is here illegally, breaking the law. A lot of them are straight up gang members, and they're bringing the drugs and the guns into our country. And also human trafficking victims, children being trafficked. What are you talking about, bro? What are you really saying? It's not my responsibility to allow the criminal element to proliferate this country. If anything, it is our fight to stop them from doing that to our country, poisoning us with drugs and guns and everything else, bringing gang activity, gang culture. Nah. And look, I'm not against immigration, again, because people like this, normies, who don't know a lot, who don't know no better, they conflate wanting to deport illegal aliens with legal immigration. These are two separate things, and I guarantee you, the majority, in my opinion, of the legal immigrants don't want the illegals here either, because a lot of them came here to escape the very people that are now following them. Okay, you're here legally from Nicaragua. Matter of fact, you're here legally from Venezuela. And in Venezuela, they got a crime problem. And once you get here, you're thinking, okay, I made it home free. I spent a bunch of money. I done spent years of my life. I sacrificed, hard work, dedication. I finally made it to the promised land. And then what happens? You get the exact gang you left in Venezuela to follow you here because they came here illegally. And also, one more thing. And talk about, oh, well, they're sacrificing and they're poor and they're hungry. Okay, well, often what happens is when they come over here, they get smuggled by the cartels, paying $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 to come over here one time. If they fail, they don't get their money back. They got to keep trying over and over again. Do you have 10,000 US to burn right now? I think not. I don't feel any kind of way sympathetic toward them. If you want to come here, do it the right way. Simple as that. So yeah, shout out to that dude. Nah, bro. Listen, do it legally. That's it. It's so simple. I don't understand why that's such a hard thing for people to understand. Just do things the right way. Do it the right way and you'll be just fine. Alrighty. So look, we have people being evicted, or not evicted, people just leaving in a rush because they were here illegally. So now, as I've said, as many of you have said, we got a bunch of new homes that are on the market because the illegal aliens are not going to be there. Oh, we got a housing crisis. Well, we got 15 million people that shouldn't be here. 15 million households, at least, probably more people that are here, but 15 million households that shouldn't be occupied because they're illegal aliens. So if we could just get them out and put Americans in these homes, then we're good money. Also, some of these homes were purchased by the illegals using FHA loans because you could be undocumented and buy a home with an FHA, apparently. I'm not quite sure if you can anymore. That's been a closed loophole, but that was a thing at one point in time. You were able to get favorable lending because it is favorable rather than conventional FHA. You're able to get that as an illegal alien. Let's watch this.
Is this going to become a trend? This is another home where I've been told the undocumented just left. First time here, and a lot of this stuff's still here. Looks like they left in a hurry. Not sure what happened, but again, even some of the pantry stuff is still here. Left food behind and all. Doesn't make any sense. Very hard to tell exactly what was going on, but home completely unlocked. Looks like everything left behind. Wonder what's back there. But is this becoming a trend? Are we gonna start seeing more of this? I'm surprised the house actually doesn't smell. You would think with everything that's been left out, the odor would be horrendous, and it's not. Awkward place to have a computer.
You see what's going on there, and yes, you are hearing the chirping. Again, that is not my house. ABL would never. If you ever hear me streaming and you hearing the beeping, smoke detector, ceiling bird, whatever, if you're hearing that, call the cops because something's wrong. First of all, y'all got to tell me in the chat if it's going on, but I'm going to hear it. But if you hear that, you know something's wrong. Like, ABL, are you good? Are you okay, bro? Do you not hear that? Like Alec Baldwin. His thing was going off. He was talking. It's like, Alec Baldwin, you don't hear that? I'm Alec Baldwin. I do whatever I want to do. Okay, sure. But yeah, I mean, look, I don't feel no kind of way. You knew what you were doing when you did what you did. You over here illegally. Okay, well, look. And we told people we're coming. We got Trump coming back you got to go. So what's up? Get your affairs in order, pack all your things, put a battery in, a smoke detector, and get ready. You might as well sell the house. You bought it with FHA. Go ahead and sell it. Put it on the market. But now you just abandoned the house. So now it is what it is. I need help, Jennifer. What I need help with? Don't get on my nerves. But look, shout out to you guys. I appreciate you for rocking and rolling. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All righty. So we got a Waymo story again.
Why the fuck are you in
Oh, sorry for the cursing, but you know people are. They can't stop. They can't talk without cursing. So what happened was someone ordered a Waymo to pick them up. You know, Waymos, driverless vehicles. Someone ordered a Waymo to pick him up, but when the vehicle pulled up, it was a man in the trunk of the car. You see him? A man in the trunk of the car. He said that the vehicle had him trapped in there. I'm not making this up. Let's watch some of this, shall we?
Why the fuck are you in the trunk?
That's why, man. I'm trying to figure this out. Like, I'm over here. Yeah, this shit won't let me out. This shit.
Why are you in it?
Huh? They just put me in here.
Who put you in?
The
what?
The people. I'm like. That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm saying. Just look.
I have everything recorded as well, so we're gonna order a new Waymo. Hopefully this one doesn't pop up.
Okay, we don't want you to explain.
I mean, look, she like breathing heavy and everything. It's all right. Like he didn't do anything. He was just in the trunk. Now, my question would be, how'd you get back there? He don't pick it no English. He got about 2 words of English. He don't know what's going on. He just happened to be in the trunk. Now, I don't know how you got back there. Did the Waymo just transform? Did it become a Decepticon and just throw him back there and keep on driving like it's normal? So then when they pull up to the next stop, he just, oh no, I stuck. I can't get out, my friend.
This again. Let me provide you the credit and should be able to use it right away. Just a second here.
Oh, my phone is burning up in here. 83 degrees. That's crazy.
Is he still in there? Like, that'd be crazy if he was. Cameraman, you about to get fired. All we want to see right now is the trunk of the car. We're not trying to see this little side view. Cameraman, please. Hey, you know what? I think everybody should go to like a camera training class just one time in their life.
It's crazy.
What's even crazier is how you're not showing the trunk right now. Anyway, so yeah, shout out to the cameraman for not doing what he's supposed to do. But yeah, we saw in the beginning, my man was in the trunk of the car. I don't know how he got stuck back there, but with these Waymos, man, you never know what's going on. Maybe he was, I don't really get it. I don't really understand. Maybe he was putting his bag in the back when it pulled up, and then all of a sudden, before he knows it, the door is closing automatically and he can't stop it. And before you knew it, he's just scrunched up. So he just riding around the Waymo, chilling as it's turning corners. And then the Waymo thought, okay, he's been let out, got to his stop, but he couldn't get out the trunk. So then he's still in the car. When the next person calls it, he's like, yo, help, please. My friend, help, please. I don't know the people. They come get me. They put me back here. So is it illegal hiding from ICE? Is that what's going on? Why would you hide from ICE in that kind of predicament? Why would you hide in the, you gonna hide in the car? In the trunk of the car? Yeah, that's not very intelligent if that's what's happening. Now, also not very intelligent. I don't know what you're doing here, bro. I don't know what you got going on, but nah, you don't do this. Now, have you seen those little food delivery bots? You know, I've seen them in Atlanta. I see Waymo and these little bots in Atlanta all the time. These little bots be named like Darkwavion, Walmartavius, depending upon where you at. Depending upon where you at, they got these little ethnic names. I'll see what y'all doing, little food delivery people, food bot people. I see what y'all be doing. Darkwavion, Walmartavius. Anyway, You'll see them just, moving around your city with food in it. This guy's trying to lift it, I guess, and put it on its wheels. I don't know what he's doing, but let's watch him.
Look at that, look at that. Oh my goodness. Now, look at that. Look at that. It's crazy. These guys try to look at that. Oh my goodness.
Bro, what are you doing? Like, what is happening? Like, I don't understand. Are you trying to get it back upright? A little bit of common sense would go a long way. It's just called just leverage, angles, trying to lift it like that. First of all, your back is not strong enough. I could tell your knees buckling, your back hurting. You older than me, and my back hurt right now. Hey, my back, I could feel my back right now. Let me do any kind of like labor where I gotta like be out and work for some hours. My back is on fire. So I know your back is all to pieces right now. But bro, that is not how you do that. If you want to get it back on its wheels, just tip it and then use the leverage of the actual box to continue to make it go the other direction. Get it on the side first. Trying to lift it up like this? Bro, hey man, we need something to happen. We need some kind of common sense class. We need, I don't know, man. You know what I want one day? What I want one day is the ability to download information straight to your head. Boom. Hey, here's how you drive. Here's how you eat food. Here's how you don't be 1,000 pounds. Boom, 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 right into your head. Here's how you lift a heavy object that is this shape and that shape. It's like, bro, I had a full-grown mature tree I put in my front yard, and I was able to lift it by myself. It took 2 guys to put it in my truck. But the way I did it, I used a little bit of sense, a little bit of leverage. First of all, it was in my truck bed with straps, took the straps off, and then I just drug it off of the bed onto the actual ground. Then I had a dolly, like a furniture dolly. I took the strap and strapped it onto the dolly so it was flat. And then I had the tree like low to the ground like this, like a little bit of angle. So let's say we had the floor right here. The dolly was like that, a little bit up, but pretty much flat. Then I was able just to roll it from point A to point B. What I didn't try to do was carry it on my back, hold it like a baby. It's going to be too heavy. I can't do it. I'm going to be like that. Like, hey, I'll be like this right here. I'll be like that, trying to lift it with no success. That's how I'll be. Use some common sense, use some tools, use your brain. Okay, let's just do that. Then we'll be hunky dory. We shall be hunky dory. Hey, that's right, Evil Gandhi. Hey, lift with your back, your whole back. Don't use no knees, don't use no arms, no midsection, all back. Hey, matter of fact, if you upright like this, just bend like that and pick over whatever you got to pick over and lift like this with your back. Don't move your knees, your legs. Your legs stay straight like this, and your back go like this, and lift like this with your back. Hunch over and see how that works for you. But anyway, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. All right, my man right here is out here protesting Teslas because Orange Man bad. Y'all know how it go. That's right, Tazante. Or don't lift at all. That's also an option. Hey, whenever I see these little bots in distress, hey man, lift yourself up by your bootstraps. Lift yourself up by your bootstraps. You got it, robot. I put a video up where the robot was stuck, and I said something. I was like, hey, man, you got to get up out of there. People are talking about something. Oh, ABL help the robot. I'm not helping no robot at all. I'm not getting in the way. I'm not going to be trying to mess with it, but I'm not going to help either. So if I see the robot upside down, alarm going off, hey, bro, yeah, it's right there. It's not me though. Anyway.
When you buy a Tesla, you're funding Donald Trump. When you buy a Tesla, you're funding ICE thugs. When you buy a Tesla, you're paying for Elon Trump. Stop funding Tesla. Your country's paying much. When you buy a Tesla, you're paying for Donald Trump. When you buy a Tesla.
Hey, I need that for my ringtone. If I had my phone that went off, if my phone made sound still in 2025, that's my ringtone right there. So shout out to them. Hey, give me that on MP3. I'm gonna play that in my car. I'm gonna play that in my car just because. So yeah, it's funny how politics changes things, because at one point Tesla was like the ultimate liberal vehicle. If you saw a Tesla, it had all kind of stickers on it, coexist, this, that, and the third. But now, because Elon bad, because Orange Man bad, that must mean Elon bad too. So now they say that Tesla is the enemy. It's crazy how that works. It is crazy how that works, but hey, that's just what it is. All right. Do I have anything else I want to do before we get to the calls? Hold on, make sure I got everything. But shout out to you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. You guys are the best. Y'all know that you are the absolute best. All right, I got everything I wanted to get to. Okay. I think that will be it. Oh, I'm gonna show one more real estate video about some of these. Oh, ABL, the migrants do good work. Americans don't want to work. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's watch. Let's watch some of this good work that the migrants do in your house. Okay. Let's watch some of this.
Pre-drywall inspection. In the garage, there's concrete spalling from these powder actuated nails. Right there that missed. This anchor, the nut is loose. This anchor doesn't have a nut because the stud's right on it. You can see moisture staining on the sill here.
Terrible, terrible.
I wonder why.
Wow.
Oh, this one just need to be tightened. More holes in the weather barrier. This stud is bowed and twisted.
Straight cardboard. Cardboard.
See the nails missed, the pre-drilled oval holes cracked, thin, a few different places. Pre-drywall.
ABL, we gotta have the migrants because they built the houses. If we don't have the migrants, who built the houses? And you guys want too much to build the houses. Okay. Hey, would you feel confident living in that house? Brand new construction, brand new. Would you feel comfy? Listen, exactly, 8-bit only. They work fast, not good. Exactly. Listen, when they built my house, I was here every week. And if I saw something that was amiss, I'm calling my man like, yo, yeah, this ain't right, and this ain't right, and they need to add this and add this. I want it. But some of my neighbors weren't so fortunate because they were out of state at the time of the building of the house. So there was nobody going by to check it. People moved in and they had horrendous problems. Neighbors had to get their yard dug up, like their whole yard in the back because of the plumbing issues. Because we got mostly slab foundation. There's some basement homes as well, but mostly slab foundation. People had to get their whole slab dug up on the inside of their house. Couldn't be in the home for months. It was crazy because you are getting these houses built very quickly, but the quality ain't really there. And you know the whole thing. You get 3 options, but you can only pick 2 of the 3. Quality, fast, cheap. You can only pick 2. Okay. That's it. You could get quality for cheap, but it take you forever. You can get your home done fast and cheap, but the quality won't be there. It's simple. You can have quality and fast, but it's going to cost that money. It's going to cost a pretty plenty. Hey, I could do it in a year, 6 months, or whatever, but I'm going to bang you in the head for the price. It's simple as that. All right. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. Yeah, then exactly, that's right, Summer Sky. Then cheap becomes expensive. You're kicking the can down the road, but it's okay because you got that nice little, that nice little sale price. The nice little sale price. You're in the house, you're paying your mortgage, and then boop, here go a big, serious problem with your plumbing. Here go a problem with your roofing. Your framing is not right. You getting cracks in your foundation, cracks in your walls. In year number 3 of living there, it's a mess. Donde 2K says time, craftsmanship, price. Pick 2. Exactly. Time, craftsmanship, price. That's what you got to work with. It is what it is. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Hey, Wingnut, what I want to do one day is build a house. I know I could do it. I'm not sure about the plumbing and electric. I guess somebody else will do that. But the actual structure, I can do that. Yeah, I can. I've framed. We used to frame sheds in high school. So framing and all of that part, framing, drywall, I could do that. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but I could do it. I probably get some buddies. Like, I had to get some guys to help me. I could do it by myself, but it'll take a long time. But anyway, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. Let's get to some calls here in a minute. The number to call is 706-406-3287. Again, 706-406-3287. We got super chats on deck first. Let me get to those. And then we get to the call. Take it to Apple Bucker, All Puff Daddy, who says, ABL, please respond to the comments of Kentucky State Senator Sarah Stalker, Democrat, regarding her white privilege. Her statements are very infuriating. Okay. Is that her name for real? Sarah Stalker? That's a crazy name. Considering what we got going on with the man over there in U of M. Let's see if I can get it right quick, and then we keep on moving here. Okay, Sarah Stalker. Oh, yeah. Did I already play this? I think I did. Okay. Now this, I had it on my queue. Maybe I didn't play it. I think I had this on my queue last show. But anyway, she's talking about how sometimes she doesn't feel good about being white. And this is present all over the world and all over Europe especially. And that's fueling the migrant crisis. People don't have self-esteem. They don't love who they are. They don't love their ancestry. So then they feel this way. And being quote unquote replaced is no big deal to them. The migrant crisis is no big deal to them because they don't like who they are. They don't feel a connection to their own heritage. Let's watch.
I'm going to be honest. I don't feel good about being white every day for a lot of reasons. Because it's a point of privilege that I get to move through the world in a way that so many of my other colleagues and friends and family members in the community don't get the privilege to do. And I'm just a female, but just a woman, just a white woman. If I was a white man, I would be functioning from a point of even greater privilege. I think we're missing an opportunity when kids have a moment to reflect about how the color of their skin does and does not allow them to move through the world. Running to them and trying to stifle that and trying to say you shouldn't feel bad, so we don't want to ever expose you to something that is going to make you have to pause and have maybe some internal feelings. It's a missed opportunity for some really good dialogue.
Okay, that was so cringe, so cringe. I'm sorry you feel that way about yourself. Your own heritage is apparently disgraceful. You're disgusted by it, but let's talk about the whole thing about this. Let's talk about how you're saying because someone is of a certain skin color that they can't do what you do. What can you do, Miss Stalker, that I cannot do? I'm confused. What can a white man do that I can't do? I don't really get it. It's 2025. This is not slavery time. This is not the 1600s. This is 2025. So I don't really get it. I've not been held back. I've not been restricted. I've been able to do quite a few things. I've been able to come up from a certain place and be to where I'm at now, develop knowledge, skills, gather resources, make connections. I don't really get it. You sound like someone who is not even really around people that look like me too much. And you just take cues from what you learned in school, maybe from books, from television, from movies, not in reality. maybe you just see some of the poor blacks out there in your neck of the woods, but you don't see people like me and many others who are also here. We're a real thing. We're not just some kind of myth or an anomaly. We are here and we are in big numbers. It's very simple. So yeah, I mean, I saw that. That was pretty sad. It was pretty sad. But hey, thank you to Iron Spider, who says, here to save a dono and now off to see Cena's last match. See you next Tuesday. Thank you to Apple, who says, Michelle Obama says her husband, President Barack, is the only president that had never had any political scandals. Do you agree or disagree? No political scandals is crazy, because one thing that comes to mind right away is Fast and Furious with Eric Holder. That's right away. And if you don't know what Fast and Furious was, what Barack Obama and Eric Holder did was devise this scheme to send guns to the cartel. And the way they were going to make this work is they were going to track the guns to the leaders of the cartel. But of course, it failed and the guns were just missing. Very embarrassing. That's just one scandal of many. The spying, I could go on and on, but the Fast and Furious was probably one of the biggest scandals that I can recall. And it was stupid because of the thought process behind it. You thought you were going to be able to ship these guns to the cartel, basically, indirectly, and trace it back to the head honcho. You think they're going to fall for that? You think it's going to work for real? You're dumb. Anyway, thank you to... where we at? I think it's Apple again who says Indiana Republicans betrayed President Trump by not voting for the redistricting plan that would have gotten the House Republican more seats. Traitors. I think it's Michael Critchlow who says, please share the drunk Virginia raccoon story. Do I have time for that? Hold on. I think we all seen that by now. Let me see if I can put it up though. Okay. I think I already played that. Let me see if I can get to it right quick. Hold on. Yeah, shout out to the drunk raccoon. It's a quick story. I can play it right quick. So what had happened was the raccoon broke into a DMV store. ABC store. That's what we have in Virginia for liquor stores. They got into the ABC store and he decided to go ahead and go through some liquor. And there he is. He was in the bathroom, passed out, like, yo, I done got drunk. I done got happy. I done had a good time. And now I'm passed out in the bathroom. Raccoons are like little humans. I promise they are. And there you see all the damage of what he did. Hey, he had a time that night, didn't he? He sure did. Now, I told you, I've seen the raccoon in person. I saw a raccoon recently, just out. And it looked so human. It was crazy because, first of all, it was like on its hind legs, like walking around. I come out of this particular restaurant and the raccoon was just right there on the sidewalk like this. He saw me. He's like, matter of fact, hold on. You can't see it. The raccoon was like this. And then he saw me. He like, and they kind of just sauntered off into the woods. Shout out to the raccoons, man. They cool little animals, man. I promise they are. All right. Yeah, he was just having a good old time. That's all that was. Shout out to Michael Guess, who says, yep, Kensington, Philadelphia. Look. Michael also says, many of those immigrants entered schools to improve themselves, ? Or did the bulk of them just sponge off Americans? Michael says, I did have a substance added to the bug sprayer that drives around neighbors, a substance that reacts negatively to crack in the person's system. Thank you to Michael, who says BLM equals blatantly lazy maligners. Thank you to Ron Henderson, who says, if I was in Mexico doing what they do here, I would be arrested immediately for sure. Ron Henderson also says, when ICE comes, a freeze is coming to immigration. Right on. Thank you to Ron Henderson again, who says, I am privileged as an American, loving it. That's right. Hey, that's the real privilege right there. The real privilege is that blue passport. That's the privilege. Now, you got a blue passport. It don't matter if you black, white, Puerto Rican, the candy stripe, you got that blue passport. Now, that's the real privilege. You move around in this world easier with that blue passport. It don't matter what color your skin is. What matters more is the color of your passport. Once you got that bad boy floating that around, then you really in the big leagues. So I agree that there is some privilege to being an American, but not because you white or because you black or whatever. All right. So yeah, that was a really good point, Ryan Henderson. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. But the number to call is 706-406-3287. Again, 706-406-3287. The phone lines are open. So the animals like alcohol for real? Is that what they do? The animals be getting drunk? That's crazy. Vietnam. Shout out to the raccoons though. They be chilling. I see all kind of animals: raccoons, possum, deer. I seen the fox. I seen coyotes, wolves, a little bit of everything in person. 501, your line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, this is Robert.
All righty, man. What's happening?
Not much. Just listening to what you are talking about. So, as far as scandals with Obama, I mean, one that just happened or that's been talked about for the past year or so is him with his professor. He hasn't came out and denied that he had sexual relations with, that man, the white guy.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That, and then Benghazi was a big scandal. And Fast and Furious, I mean, the biggest thing with that was everything that you said was correct, but what they did was they implanted the rifles with GPS trackers, and then the batteries ended up dying, and that's how they lost track of where the weapons were.
The batteries died in the GPS tracker. That is totally crazy. You would think the federal government would be a little bit smarter than that to say, hey, you know what? If you got a tracker, maybe it shouldn't be battery operated. Maybe it should be some kind of other way to be able to do that. Or here's a novel idea. Don't do it at all.
Yeah. That, and then also Benghazi.
Yeah.
So one thing I agree to disagree with you is like when you talk about when Marjorie Greene left the interview. Now, her first mistake was, as a Republican, I mean, rule number one is if you say something, you don't apologize. You don't apologize to nobody, because one thing they're going to do is they're going to have you saying, oh, so were you wrong about this for the rest of your life? But when it comes to like the California lady, the person literally asked that person one time that question, and she got up and took off.
So how was it different than what Marjorie did?
Well, I mean, the thing is, he literally kept pushing. He asked her about five or six times the same thing.
Okay, it was really the same thing. Like in the full version of the Katie Porter situation, she was asked, like she was trying to ask a question a lot, and then she eventually just moved on. And when she moved on, that's when she left. Same thing happened here. He moved on, then she left. That's when they left, was when he moved on, because they were upset about the line of questioning before.
Okay.
Yeah, my thing is, like, I understand, like, you don't got to apologize all the time for everything, but it's a question people want to ask, like, because people are going to ask the question, okay, if I've not seen you before, this is my very first time seeing you on 11 Alive talking about this, I want to hear your opinion. And if you say, you know what, I don't apologize for what I said, I stand on what I said, then just say that rather than saying, I've already answered the question, you know?
No, I mean, I get that. I think that because was 11 Alive, was that Fox or ABC or CBS?
Local news.
No, I know it's local, but which local brand was it?
I don't know.
But I guarantee you they don't push Democrats like that, is my point.
Nah, 11 Alive, they good though. Like I watched them, and they're pretty fair from what I've been able to see. It's not like it was some kind of leftist attack. It wasn't like that.
Okay, well, if you're saying that 11 Alive, they hit everybody like that, then you know what? I take back what I said. I'm not in Atlanta, so I don't see that. I'm in Texas, so I mean, if they hit everybody equally, with less fan rights, then hey, I mean, maybe she should have just answered, or she shouldn't have, apologized in the first.
Yeah, man. I think she should have just answered the question. She got offended. It was the same thing as Katie Porter. It was the same energy. It's like, come on, man. You on a press tour. You're gonna be asked the same question a lot. Just answer the question and move on.
Yeah, I think Marjorie Taylor, I think she's ruined her political career.
Yeah, she's finished. She's toast.
Yeah. Well, that's all I had, man. Yeah, have a good night.
Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, shout out to the caller. Yeah, Marjorie just didn't want to. She was just frustrated and didn't want to answer the question because she felt like she'd been answered the question a lot. I've already said that. I've already answered that. Okay, well, now you're on 11 Alive. So our viewers may or may not have heard you answer the question. So now it's time to answer the question. Like I said before, I get asked the same question over and over again, and it's been happening for years. It's okay, though. It's totally fine. I don't get offended at that. I just say, no, I get that a lot, and then I proceed to answer the question because they're asking me because they don't know. So I'm going to tell them. All right, let's do 715 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, my name's Harley, and I'm in Wisconsin.
All righty, what's happening?
All right, yeah, thanks for taking my call. Highly appreciate it. Sorry for any background noise I have. I'm a mail carrier, and I'm still out working here, and it's getting late, obviously. I'm almost done, and I'm just thanking you for your show, keeping my sanity and, something to listen to while I still work in negative, 35 wind chill degree. It's ridiculous out here. So now I got that out of the way. Other than that, just great show. Glad to listen, and I just have one critique and an opinion. My critique of you is your view on Charlie Kirk's death. And my opinion would be, and by the way, I still love listening to you. I don't hate you for your stance on Candace. I just have a different opinion on it, and I feel that he will be found either guilty. I got two scenarios. He'll be found guilty because, well, they got to find him guilty because that'd make TPUSA look really bad if he's not, and the Trump administration and Kash Patel. And on the other hand, I feel like he could be, he could just be tried for attempted murder. And not be fully linked to it, because he could have a good defense in the sense of they can't prove he did it necessarily, perhaps just on basic ballistic tests with that type of ammo and the neck piercing of how it didn't have an exit wound. Yeah, so that's kind of about all I got. What do you think?
Well, thank you for your call, man. I appreciate it. I like everybody's opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody has the right to do what they want, the right to feel how they want. So I respect it. And I thank you for listening to me out there in the cold, man. I know it's cold, 35 degrees. You're better than me, man. Hey, anything below 45 degrees, I am freezing to death. I can't do it. So shout out to you, man. Hats off.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
All right, man. Have a good night, man. Thank you for the call.
All right, thank you. Bye.
So yeah, shout out to the caller. I'm not quite sure what the disagreement about was with Candace, but I get it. Everybody has their opinion, and it's fine. And as far as the guy, I think they got the guy. I'm pretty sure they do. And if they don't, well, that's gonna be a whole different can of worms right there. A whole big can of worms right there. All right. Lawfare says I had the same experience with the raccoon, but I was on acid. Hey, man, that raccoon was like, I was like, bro, kind of just walked off. It was like a little human, like a dwarf. I can't even describe it. And I don't do no drugs. I'm not, I was sober as sober could be. I was stone cold sober. I was like, all right, raccoon, you just out here just kind of, moving around. I think they want to be domesticated. Raccoons, they want to come back in, they want to go in the house with humans, coyotes, foxes, a lot of these animals, you may see them domesticated one day. if you could get a time machine to go into the future, I wonder if they would have domesticated raccoons and stuff like this. Because at one point, I suppose that cats and dogs had to go through the same process. The wolf ancestors, some of these other little smaller cats, they just, became house pets. But it took time for that to happen. Sue says, cold for me, 60 degrees. Hey, I'm with you. I understand. And think about cold. I can do cold for a while. But when I say a while, I mean like 10 minutes. After that, man, hey, I'm calling the police because I'm about to freeze to death. All right. 520, you're online. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, ABL. Bonsoir, Monsieur ABL. It's Marina. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. I wanted to ask you, I've been watching your show for a while. I wanted to ask you a personal question, if it's okay. What did you want to be when you were a little boy, and what was your dream?
When I was young, I wanted to be like a scientist. When I was like little, I wanted to be a scientist. I had like
I can see that. I can see that. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it sounds like, why am I calling right now? I've been watching your show, of course, all evening. And I wanted to ask you that because I see the intellectual in you. And I like that. Yes, I just wanted to ask you that. But, yeah, very good. Well, talking about all what's going on around the world right now and the craziness and everything, it's just a passing phase. I want you to read a book called The Fourth Turning. And it really talks about the late 2020s and the 2030s, etc. If you have time, it's by Neil Howe and his partner who passed away in the late 90s. I hope I'm making sense what I'm saying right now.
Yes, you are.
Take time to read that book, not because it tells us, everything is set in stone. No. We have to make our mind. And that's why I like your shows, because you are a really, really very standout kind of person. I like you. I think you think for yourself, and that's what I like about you. And I'm going to say good night on that, and I'll talk to you another time.
Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
Take care. I really like what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Shout out to you guys in the comments. You guys are funny. You guys are hilarious. But shout out to all my callers. You guys have been fantastic tonight. The number to call is going more right here, 706-406-3287. Let's go to 855. Your line speaker to.
Yo, it's your Luciferian Libertarian friend here. How's it going? All right, a combination of Hami and Malaya and Bay. How's it going, ABL?
It's all good, man. What's happening?
Hey, I had plenty of times watching squirrels before and watching raccoons on plenty of other substances, but hey, that's a whole nother day, you know?
Right on, man. So what's happening? What's going on?
Not much. I wanted to call in the show, and that whole comment that what Obama said, that was downright silly, saying in the end, non-controversial. That's silly. I want to tell everybody that is listening. Back in 2016, I voted for Donald Trump. Not because he was Trump, not because I was a fan of him, just because I wanted no war. I'm tired of the endless war with the Bush administration. I got tired of the economy crashing. I got tired of the homelessness and the bad economy. Back in 2016, we had one of the best economies in the world. There are some things about Trump I don't like, some things I do like about him, and a lot of liberals exaggerate 99% of his controversies. But the same reason why I hated Bush, and the same reason why I did some, Occupy Wall Street Antifa stuff back when I was a teenager against Bush, was the same reason why I hated Obama. Obama continued the wars and continued the violence in the Middle East. And him saying that, it's proof made a laugh and said, Obama, you're one heck of a liar. Am I right or am I wrong? He continued the bloodshed, he continued the violence, and he continued this stuff with a big old smile on his face, and he fooled the media. And that's why I had an issue with Obama, and that's why I didn't like Bush either. And that's why I voted for Trump back in 2016. And him saying that, it's at every American in the United States who has lived through the Iraq War, who have lived through the bloodshed, who lived through the false flags and the misinformation, and going out and our kids and people dying for what? For oil? You're insane. And Trump spoke about how he was against the war and said it was against our economics and was destroying our economy. That's why I voted for him. So when Obama says stuff like that, it makes me want to roll my eyes. All right. Thank you very much for taking my phone call, ABL. Much love to you, bro.
Thanks for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Hey, much love to you, man. See you.
That's a good point about Obama, though. It's like, come on, man. Like, what are we talking about for real? Like, that's a thing that has been said before about no controversies and all this and that during his presidency. But it's like, come on. That's just silly. That is just silly. I mean, the media didn't make it be controversial. The media didn't want to actually get too much into it. They didn't. I mean, so if he wants to say that, then yeah, he's right. But actually having controversies, yes, he did. 615 online. Who am I speaking to?
CD from Tennessee. Hey, ABL.
All righty, man. What's going on?
Oh, I just wanted to let you know that I have a love for raccoons too. I had read a post online a couple weeks ago about they were speculating about the raccoon population becoming more domesticated, and I really don't know what they were saying their evidence was. I don't know if it was like a bigger ears or shorter snouts or what it was, but I just, you had the little clip about the raccoon with the drinking problem. I thought that was funny, and yeah, raccoons, they're very smart, very industrious critters. I gotta tell you, very industrious, but I wanted to say, first and foremost, I've never called in, and I wanted to tell you, welcome to Tennessee.
Thank you.
And and to all of your friends and fans out there, I remember a time, roughly 25 years ago when. Me and my buddies, I left a comment in the chat earlier. I remember a time when me and my buddies of all different skin colors would come around and gather around the table down in the lobby of our dorm room and play a board game together. And it wasn't because, well, I'm a honky from here, or I'm a this from there, or I'm a that from this place. It was because we were just nerds that enjoyed this. So, if you enjoy shooting, it doesn't matter your skin color. If you want to get together with people that enjoy shooting, get together with people that enjoy doing that. If you're into backpacking, get together with people that enjoy doing that. But in my experience, one thing that I found is a really fun thing to do is to gather around a table with a board game and, just have fun with people. You don't have to spend your time, talking about the strategy of this or that. You can just say, hey, Jane, how's your week? Or, hey, Anthony, how's the job going? But anyway, I've taken up enough of your time, Anthony. I just wanted to say welcome to Tennessee, even though you've been here for years now. So anyway.
Thank you for the call, man. I definitely appreciate you.
All right, man. Appreciate you, ABL. Have a good night.
All right, now, same to you. All right, good call. Shout out to the caller. Appreciate you guys for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. Yeah, but a lot of times you could just talk to somebody and just do that, and it's okay. 215 online. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL, how's it going?
Everything's good, man. What's happening?
Hey, I watched your video when you were commenting on Charlie Kirk versus Candace Owens, and I decided to watch the full video. And some of the stuff I agree with you said, like you said, like instead of her taking over Turning Point USA, like they should just like have like a second man or something like that take over, or a vice president or something like that. But at the same time, it's like, would it like all these conspiracy theories surrounding Turning Point USA that Erica was involved, she has something to do with it, why she's not answering questions? That's where most of the drama is coming from, because Candace Owens, she's spreading a lot, entertaining and spreading a lot of conspiracy theories, and she has no facts to back up her claims.
Okay, so, I mean, how does that relate to her being the CEO or not?
Because Candace Owens, she's one of the people that's responsible for spreading the conspiracy theory that, Erica Kirk wanted to be CEO, so now she has something to do with Charlie Kirk getting killed and assassinated. That's the problem where it's coming in, all the conspiracy theories. And it keeps saying Turning Point USA has something to do with getting Charlie Kirk killed and the president, then it's the French president, then it's Israel, then it's just ongoing.
So is it
and
just...
that's where the issue is coming.
So is it just Candace saying things about Erica by herself and nobody else?
People, but because Candace has a big platform, see, Erica...
So wait a minute, wait now. So is it just Candace or is it more people?
Is definitely more people.
Okay, so let's pause right there. So even if Candace was not here to say what she says, there were some of those who don't like Erica, and she got to go out there and do all this talking. See, it's not just about Candace versus Erica, or Candace. It's not about taking sides. It's about looking at the situation and saying, hey, maybe such an important role is not best for the widow of the CEO. Maybe I should go to a guy that's probably best suited to be in that role, to take hard questions, any kind of conspiracy from whoever it is, Candace Owens, mainstream media, federal government, whatever's going on. That's my point. It's not about Candace specifically. It's about being in that role and having to do with all the nonsense from all over the place, from everybody, not just one person.
Yeah. And when I watch your video, I understand still where you're coming from. But like, she should probably be at home with the kids, taking care of the kids. But also the way I look at it is like, she's rich and she probably got nannies to look after the kids and whatnot. Even though, a mom, she should probably be at home taking care of the kids. But I mean, hey, that's not our lifestyle. Whatever works for them, works for them. But the problem is, even if Candace wasn't entertaining the conspiracy theories and spreading it, from what I saw, Erica Kirk, she was addressing everybody who was spreading conspiracy theories.
My point.
I don't even think she even mentioned Candace by name, but she was definitely including her in it too. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm going to say this one thing. But there was a Fox News host. She brought up Candace Owens.
Well, my point is that you said it right there, that Erica has been mentioning everybody, not just Candace. And there goes my point. Exactly what I'm saying. You're agreeing.
That Erica Kirk was addressing everybody and not just Candace Owens.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's not just Candace is going to be the one who's spreading theories or whatever. It's going to be everybody.
Yeah.
Because Erica addressed everybody. Because it's not just Candace. That's my point. That's why it shouldn't be Erica. It should be somebody else who is better suited to handle that situation. I think that you got a grieving widow should be at home with the children and not doing the book tour right now. That's just my opinion. Maybe this is her space where she feels most comfortable. Maybe that's the case. But in my opinion, if it was me and I was Charlie, I would want my widow to just take care of these little kids we got. Home. Right. Rather than trying to be out there battling these dragons all over the place.
Yeah, and I agree with that I agree with what you're saying. I 100% agree she should be at home. But, I mean, let's see how this plays out. But it's like, it's the conspiracy theories. That's what I wanted to point out. Like, when people say leave Candace alone, it's like, She needs to stop entertaining conspiracy theories that, oh, Erica Kirk was behind her Charlie Kirk's death. Well, we all know who it was. It was Tyler Robinson who pulled the trigger. He's not associated with Israel or anything like that. So a lot of people on the right wing who want to claim to be conservative want to entertain all these weird conspiracy theories. That's what I'm starting to have a problem with, and they're part of the problem with the conservative movement.
I see what you're saying, but we're going to see. Like I said in my video, like I said, plenty of times before, everything going to play out, and when the smoke clears, we'll see what's wet.
Yeah, you're right. Let's see how this plays out. But and also one more thing, ABL. The attack on Benghazi with Obama's all his scandals. When I found out about that, I said, "Wow, that's an insane story."
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.
But thanks for taking my call, ABL.
Thanks for the call, man. Definitely appreciate it.
You have a good night.
Same to you. All right. Shout out to the caller. Great call. Let's go to 203. You don't know who I'm speaking to.
Yo, ABL, what's going on? It's Steve from Connecticut and Misfit Steve. Remember me?
All right, man. What's going on?
Hey, what's up? The last caller you had, I just want to address one thing with what he said. Candace Owens never, ever, how do you call it? She didn't say that Erica Kirk had anything to do with her husband's death.
Okay.
And I know that for a fact, because it was brought up in one of her episodes, and I've been trying to catch up on everything with her. I'm going to be honest with you. I want to entertain this theory because I think Candace has a lot of evidence, leading to, a lot of odd things that went on that day, with like the planes coming in from that other country. And also the thing with the French president apparently putting a hit out on her. I don't know if that's true or not, but there's a lot of interesting theories that Candace Owens is entertaining, especially when she had that she had a tip from somebody on her email that they told her, I think you need to talk to somebody that I know, and it's very important. So she ended up calling that guy, and she talked with him for like 3 or 4 hours. I don't know if you know anything about this, but she said that this older gentleman who was a war vet was going through his own things with something that he had to sort out with his old platoon. So she went to that old base, and apparently she's saying that the guy got into a whole hot load of mess with a whole bunch of generals there, and they ended up questioning him for like 24 hours before they let him go. But apparently he's saying that he saw some of the guys that were in that room with the generals at the at the thing that where Charlie Kirk passed away, where he got assassinated. And I don't know if it is true. I mean, what do you think?
I don't know, man. I don't follow any of that, to be totally honest with you. I just see little stuff here and there, so I have no clue, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a lot of it is out there, and some of it kind of seems a little BS, where they were saying how he ended up getting shot from like a manhole underground or something like that. That's kind of ridiculous. And the caliber bullet that was used, I'm sorry, but logic is it would have went right through him. I mean, and I hate to say these things because I really respect Charlie Kirk with all my heart, and I love that man. He really brought me closer to God, and I just want the truth to be out there. I really do. And I think Candace has something going on with it. But she had never accused his wife that she was any part of it. Just want to make that clear.
Oh, man. Well, thank you for your call. Definitely appreciate you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, ABL. You have a wonderful night now. Have a good weekend.
Same to you, man.
All right. Bye-bye now.
All righty. Shout out to you guys for calling in. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. If you like what you hear so far, if you enjoyed the video tonight, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. And that, I got one more call. I almost hung it up. Let's do one more. 310, you don't know who I'm speaking to.
This is Ron from Georgia. How you doing, ABL?
I'm doing well. About yourself?
Another big day, brother. We made it through another week. Praise God. Man, I tell you, we as Americans, we need to get off all these conspiracies and everything like that and let the dead be dead. You know, Charlie Kirk is gone. And the fact of the matter is that there's no coming back. But all we need to do is, as Americans, as far as the legacy is concerned, is to keep on pushing forward. You know, to try to come against the corruption and the assault that's being perpetrated on our country, left and right, by foreigners, you know, people who do not have America interests right, you know, have our interests good, and they want to try to destroy our country as far as like taking all of our monies, taking away our jobs, taking away, you know, trying to usurp our freedoms as far as like gun rights, speech, and everything. All these other things is what we need to try to come against. You know, it's absurd that we see that people who call themselves Americans do anything they can to come against our country. Our president, I mean, like I said, there was a time when people would rally around their president and knowing that, you know, anything that's common sense would try to, you know, would be, you know, raise hands raised up, we all for it. Now you got foreigners coming in, want to bring in socialism and communism into our country. And unfortunately, our youth, these young people who have not lived, have not experienced, or yet don't even know the history of socialism, communism, you know, would want to try to bring that stuff in our country, don't know what it really is about. And I tell you, I'm just praying that our country would wake up. You know, we need to get out these people who don't have our interests in mind, these organizations who have a plan. Right now, we're in the 30 years of their plan of getting into our government, like even Omar and Talib and everything like that. All these people who are from foreign countries who are in our government and guess what? Even in our local governments, they're weeding themselves in. All these mosques going up, there's a reason why they're going up all over the place, because these are breeding grounds. These are breeding grounds for a revolution in our country. These people, they're really focused on trying to destroy our nation. And we, well, not the older Americans, you know, hopefully not them, but the youth think that, you know, there's something's wrong with our country. And I don't know why they think that way, but it's crazy. But the thing about it, that we got people, like I say, working within. We got enemies within our midst. And we need to really be mindful of that and really take that to heart, that these people are not playing with us, you know, as Americans. They are stealing our money. They're stealing, you know, they're, like I said, the Somalis and what's that, Minnesota, and the ones in Ohio and everything like that. Hey, they got a game plan. They are ripping us off, and we're just allowing it. You know, I mean, they're doing things that we could never do, but they're doing it now. They're doing it now wholeheartedly, and we got these libertards who's going ahead, and they're, you know, they're okay with it. It's ridiculous. I can't believe it. But yet, when you ask them, say, "Yeah, you willing to take these Somalis into your house?" Oh no, I don't have room for that. But you know, that we're supposed to go ahead and take it. But I think it's okay for everybody. But nowhere in the world, except what we are doing here in America. Nowhere. Not in Mexico, not in Somalia. I don't want to go there. No. No, I don't want to be nowhere, but no one will welcome us as we welcome them. And all we got to say is that all is welcome to come, but you got to come correct. You got to come correct, and that's what people need to know. And these people who are coming here incorrectly by jumping the line and getting on welfare and everything like that, all that need to be abolished. Need to stop right there. I pray that they stop this birthright citizenship. Hey, once that stops, hey, that'd be great. No other country is doing that but us. But we need to stop that stuff. Trump is on the right path. See, Trump is looking for our future. It's not just right now. He's looking beyond this, and that's the whole thing. Everything that he's doing right now is trying to set up for our future. And we people, the Americans, true Americans, people that love this country, need to get ourselves ready to really step forward in that. We have the ability to be a superpower. We already are in so many ways, but the only thing we're supers. A lot of our youth are super stupid. That's the problem. They're not teaching them nothing in schools. They're teaching them theories, not no facts. And then it's time to get out the theorizing and get into the things that are factual today. So, I'm just had to come in and just say that I love you. I love everybody. I love our country. Keep praying for our nation, man, and the youth of our nation. And pray against all these here people who are trying to come against and trying to let in all this socialist theories. No, it's already been proven that it don't work. And we just got to keep on praying for our country, beloved, and pray for you. You just keep on doing what you do as only you can do, brother. Amen. We love you. You just take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you when I talk to you, okay? I hope to see you sometime soon, beloved. You just take care, all right?
Thank you for your call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
You too, sir. Bye-bye.
All righty. Shout out to all the calls tonight. That will be a wrap for me. I am up past my bedtime. I got to go night-night. So shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking. I'll be back live again on Tuesday on the Instagram. If you're on Instagram, that's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm live every Wednesday and Saturday right here on YouTube. Same bat time, same bat place. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to right around right now, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for joining. You're also listening to an audio streaming podcast. It'll be available on your favorite audio streaming platform, whether they be Google Play, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, etc. Link for that will be in the description, or visit your favorite audio streaming platform and search ABL Live. I should pop right on up. But thank y'all for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. Thank you to everybody that's been watching, retweeting, super chatting. Y'all know I could not do this show without you. Thank you to the mods for keeping them trolls in check. I appreciate y'all for that as well. All righty. Do I have any more super chats here? As I wrap it on up, put the bowl clean on top. Okay, viewer activity. There we go. Same old bugs. They got a new little back end, but the same old thing. Let me go find it in a different place here. Y'all give me 1 second, and then I can just read the last super chats if we have any. And I appreciate y'all for contributing to the show as always. All right. I think I got everybody already. Thank you to Darla for your super chat. And I got Lothair talking about the raccoon had been drunk and all of that. I think that's everyone. If I miss anybody, don't blame me, blame the white man, because it's like some things missing right here. But shout out to everybody that contributed. Shout out to everybody that's watching, retweeting. Like I said, you guys are the best. But I think that will be a wrap. So until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out. And peace.